What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans and Toronto Raptors fans? Welcome to TSR Sports, where I'll be doing a live play-by-play, live scoreboard, and hopefully a fun interactive chat for tonight's game between my San Antonio Spurs and the home team, the Toronto Raptors. All right, I don't know if that worked, but I'm still learning things here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? EJ, Gabriel, Tiny. No DeJounte Murray tonight. Just going to throw that out there. A lot of people have been asking, is DeJounte Murray playing tonight? No, he's not. But it's always go Spurs, go right here, and hopefully have a good game. I'm a little exhausted. Started a new workout routine this week, working out twice a day. You get a little exhausting, but yes, Tony Parker's in the house. Tony, how you feeling tonight? Feeling pretty good. All right. Big smile on his face. Yes, Brandon, we do. We got a back-to-backer. I'm obviously live tonight for the Spurs versus the Raptors up in Canada. Tomorrow night I'll be live on Beantown Breakdowns channel for the Spurs versus the Celtics. The Raptors come in under 500 at 16 and 17. The Spurs come in a bit more under 500 at 14 and 21. The number one part-time Spurs fan is there. I wonder who is the biggest Spurs fan in the world. You got to figure there's somebody that just has like every piece of memorabilia possible for the Spurs. Good morning, Mila. Thank you for stopping in. Nate, that would be, he had a little bit of a rough week last week. The Spurs had a rough week last week, beating the Pistons to start off the week, and I really thought 2-2 week, 3-1. Not so much. Anyway, DeJounte Murray out for reconditioning. Doug McDermott out for health and safety. Lonnie Walker out for health and safety. Goran Dragic out for personal reasons. Yuta Watanabe out for health and safety. The San Antonio Spurs, if you're not aware, have been pretty lucky through most of the season avoiding the health and safety protocol. Jakob Poeltl got hit with it. Then Jacques Landale got hit with it, although it was a lesser blow for the team with Jacques because he was not really playing at the time. But lately, the Spurs have been hitting left and right with players, and part of a long 7-game road trip. The Grizzlies, Pistons, the Raptors tonight, Celtics tomorrow, Sixers on Friday, Nets on Sunday, the Knicks on January 10th. I plan on calling all those games except, well, I'll be on Beantown Breakdown for the Celtics. Not calling the Nets game. That's on 12 o'clock on Sunday. Sunday streams usually don't do too well, but an afternoon stream at 12 o'clock when the NFL is in its last week, yeah, I think I'm just going to watch that game and flip-flop between that and the Giants game if it's actually being televised, because the Giants are a train wreck. What's going on, Ace? Thank you for stopping in. Hey, what's going on, the Sports Critic? You see how I said, yes, I did see that. Mir, hope you're feeling better. I obviously saw your video from earlier today. Me personally, I don't get why you would start a stream a half hour before the start time, because not only do you have 30 minutes of nothing, but the actual tip-off or kickoff, whatever it may be, is not for another 10 minutes after TV time. So you're literally just doing nothing for 40 minutes. I don't know. If people like it, so be it, but it's not my thing. Doesn't sound like it's your thing. Thank you for stopping in again. Hope you feel better. Carl, what's going on? Extra smooth, dude. What's going on? Brandon. Carl goes for his go is right. Raptors lineup, Van Fleet, Trent Jr., OG, Barnes, and Siakam. That's what I had. But thank you, J Money. No Zach Collins either. They said after Christmas. I told you guys probably around the All-Star break. That's been my guess that even though they said after Christmas, probably going to take a few weeks at minimum before he's ready to go, and we're seeing it right now. You're not a fan. Okay. Well, it makes your streams longer, too. Like, the average NBA stream, I would say, is about 2.5 hours. But if you're starting a half hour before the game starts and then going for another half hour after the game, you could easily have a 3.5 hour stream. And for me, you guys know, I'm very transparent with you all. I don't want to sit on my couch for 3.5 to 4 to 5 hours. That's just not my jam. I'm too active to do that. I'm too hyped up, too energetic. So 2.5 hours basketball stream is perfect for me, which is why I don't call football, and probably will call very few Yankees games this year unless it's with Bad Dog Sports or Beantown Breakdown. Yankees fan, Red Sox fan. Yes, it is the Kerm. I'm not calling that one. Definitely not. Demote Judge back. By the way, if any of you, I know we have a lot of NBA subscribers. Thank you, EJ. Yeah, thumbs up, by the way. If you don't know what it looks like that. Fast, refund, nutritious, and delicious. Really none of the above, but it is free. What's up, Mars? To those you've been watching the Giants content, I want to thank you. It's something I just started doing again on the channel, and I'm having fun with it because the New York Giants are terrible, and all I can do is just laugh at them. And I have a video planned tomorrow, so if you ever want to support the channel, the way to do it is not only interact with these streams, but maybe get in there, watch a Giants video or two, hit the thumbs up on those because they could definitely use it. And I'm having fun making fun of the team because that's all I have. If you guys don't know, the New York Giants had negative 10 passing yards Sunday. Negative 10. I had more passing yards at 0. They're a train wreck. They're an absolutely just disaster. Go Timberwolves. Okay, if you say so. My Bucks lost it. The Pistons beat the Bucks? J Money, were you guys missing a whole ton of players? Or the Pistons, like, are they just playing their minds out right now? What's going on, Phil? The Spurs, Falcons, Braves, Avalanche. The Falcons are also terrible. Yeah, but you didn't have negative 10 yards passing Sunday. It won't waste your time like the Giants. It won't waste. What do you mean, the Kerm? Call it. You mean the? No, I don't want to call a Sunday game. Sunday streams are very difficult to pull in views. I generally like chilling on Sunday, and that's right in the middle of the afternoon at 12. I would probably have the Spurs game on and flip-flop again between the Giants and watching the football team if it's even being televised in my area. But I don't really want to stream right in the middle of the Sunday afternoon. The viewership won't be there. Yeah, that's actually, I'm hopefully working on a music video. I finally laid down the music track for the next song on my TSR music channel, and it came out really heavy. And it's going to be kind of a weird song. It starts out as kind of a metal, somewhat maybe considered political anthem or I don't know, whatever. I don't know what to call it. And then it goes into like extra heavy mode. And then it goes into full like mega heavy mode. So I was like, this is kind of an interesting song, and it's gonna be fun making the video. And I really want to focus on Sundays, maybe working on the music videos a little bit once the NFL season's over, because I really do want to grow my music channel. It's at 320 subscribers, and I'm a long way to go. I'm a long way to go for you anywhere. Yes, negative 10 is right, and yes, Phil, 28-3 is a moment I'll never forget. I was rooting for your team. I was rooting for Atlanta, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think that really just set the Falcons franchise back, and they haven't been the same since. I mean, that's hard to come back from. The Spurs are number 1 in the NBA in assists at 28.5. The Raptors come in at 28th at 21.6. Spurs are number 1 in field goals made, 43.6. The Raptors 15th at 40. Spurs have the second best assist rate at 65%. The Raptors 30th at 54. Yet this team is well below 500. Just I don't know how to explain it. Everyone was playing? All right. Hey, Tony, thank you for being here, my man. Had no idea the game. Yes, Son of Scar. This is an early one tonight, 7 p.m. It feels weird streaming this early because I usually stream at 8 or 8:30. But this one's a little earlier tonight, which will be good. The game will be over at 9:25, 9:30, so I'll still have time to play a video game or read a couple comics or do both. I don't know. Carlton Banks looks... Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was a great show. Early 90s, early mid-90s. Will Smith, I can't remember the name of the actor that played Carlton Banks. Carl Banks was an NFL player for the Giants. Alfonso Rivera, right? He was on Dancing with the Stars. First saw him on Silver Spoons. And I think that's all I've seen him on. And the other reason I was on Dancing with the Stars, the recommended came up where he did the Carlton dance in one of his dance-offs or whatever they do. I don't know. Thank you, Devin. Appreciate that. Cowboys, Bengals, Super Bowl. I do not trust the Cowboys anymore. I've said all year I don't really trust them. Now with Michael Gallup being out for the year with a torn ACL, granted he's been in and out of the lineup all year, but still that's a weapon they could have used healthy in the playoffs. The offense looks ragged right now. And from what I understand, the Cardinals didn't have all their best players out there, and the Cowboys still lost. I don't trust Dallas moving into this upcoming playoff. I don't. Not that I know of, Amir, and I hope to keep it that way, knock on wood. Oh, speaking of which, there we go. The gentleman that told me that the Cardinals had most of their second unit on. Cowboy X Factor, what's going on? Go Spurs, go. As Dallas Mavericks are off tonight. Okay, sounds good. Who was the better quarterback for the Falcons, Matt Ryan or Michael Vick? They're very different players, playmaker, Guido. If you're talking about a better passer, clearly Matt Ryan. If you're talking about a better runner, it's clearly Michael Vick. Who had more team success? I don't believe Vick got the Falcons to a Super Bowl, whereas Matt Ryan did. So just based on that, and Matt Ryan's a better pure passer, I would go with Matt Ryan. Player that never reached his full potential, though, would probably be Michael Vick. He just, between being in trouble for a few years, he just never really got to the point we thought he would. How many times have you All-Star vote? I don't know, Kayla. I got to vote on more. I'm tagging DeJounte Murray a ton of times on everything I do on the Twitters. Starting lineup, by the way, for the Spurs: Jakob Poeltl, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, Derek White, and Trey Jones. For the Raptors: Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG, I'm just going to call him OG because I always butcher his last name, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. I don't even have Scotty Barnes' number up there. He's number 4. That might be important to know. Players are on the court. The arena's empty. And away we go. Hey, is there a rule in Canada? No fans in the arena during the P to the N to the D to the EMIC? Devin Vassell, quick 3 to start us off, and Hill nailed a 3, but there's no fans. It's almost like the bubble. If SSNE saw and heard your streams, it would offer you you think so? Man, I wish. Raptors. I'm not biased enough. People have said I call things a little too honest. I couldn't be announcer. Gary Trent Jr. over to Pascal Siakam, gets into the post to Scotty Barnes, kicks it out to VanVleet for 3, and the game is tied at 3. DeJounte Murray is not back. He is still out for conditioning. Will he play tomorrow? I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. Jakob Poeltl in the paint, spins around, throws it up off the glass, no good. And the good news is Jakob Poeltl is going to line for 2. The bad news is Jakob Poeltl is going to the line for 2. He's been very poor at the free throw line. Vic had more talent. Ryan was better in the pocket and had more talent. Ryan did have more talent around him. He had who's that receiver that was really good in the my name's saying Reggie White, but I know it's not Reggie White. Ronnie, dang, you would know, Phil. Yeah, he was like good for like 13 or 14 years before. He was the guy right before Julio. Who's the guy right before Julio Jones that was really good in Atlanta? Dang it! Poeltl's second free throw. So he missed them both. I don't have to change the score. Roddy White. I think it's Roddy White I'm trying to pull. I was thinking Reggie White. Roddy White. Is that right? I haven't seen anybody put in the chat yet, so I think I'm good. And now a foul as Trey Jones gets knocked on his butt. Yeah. Remember the times when Michael Vick was a backup to Von? Yes. I remember Michael Vick winning me a fantasy football game because of his monstrous night against the then Washington Redskins where he scored 54 points or something. He threw for 4 touchdowns, ran for 2. He just went absolutely off. But Roddy White, I think is the player I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Trey Jones out in three-point land. Into Jakob Poeltl in the post. Posting up like it's 1959. Starts a drive. Jump hook is short. Almost gets his own miss. Does not. Yes, Roddy White. Okay, Roddy was really good for a long time. I think he was a little bit of an underappreciated NFL wide receiver. My thoughts. OG into the paint and starts to slip. Gets the ball back. Throws it up and it's off the back of the iron. No good, but Scotty Barnes with the rebound. And now drive to the hoop after the pass is Gary Trent Jr. with the miss. Spurs ball. Derek White brings it up the court. Got Devin on the right. Devin fakes the 3, drives baseline, pulls up, and misses the jumper. Fred VanVleet. My man, Fred VanVleet with the rebound. They'll get it up to OG. OG kicks it out. And that 3-pointer is no good by Gary Trent Jr. Trey Jones sprinting up the court, trying to get the pace moving for the Spurs. Out to Devin Vassell for a corner 3. Devin Vassell! Devin Vassell coming out firing. Giants are bad. The Jets would beat them 56-0. Nah, I think we'd score 3, AJ. Jets almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And of course, that's not the news of that game. Or Tampa Bay came back and won. It's that Antonio Brown took his shirt off, threw it into the crowd, and then left and walked out of football, essentially. He's definitely got something wrong up here. I think it's from the Vontaze Burfict hit from about 5 or 6 years ago. He hasn't been the same since. Dang. Washington football team will announce their new team name on February 2nd. Yes, playmaker Guido. I think Megatron Calvin Johnson did retire very similar to Barry Sanders early because he was probably tired of losing. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat, Calvin Johnson was part of that 0-16 Lions team, the team that didn't win a game. Pascal Siakam fouled, and he wants a shooting foul. I don't think he's going to get it. Foul on Devin Vassell. VanVleet's been on fire? Great. 2-minute drill to win the game is Tom Brady's. That's true, Fat Cat. Devin Vassell better than DJ? Not yet. Not yet. I would disagree with that. It is Raptors ball, 5 on the shot clock. Trent into the paint, throws it up, kind of a sort of a jump hook over Jakob Poeltl. It's good, 6-5. It is Spurs ball. Trey Jones pick and roll with Jakob Poeltl into the paint. The runner is no good with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Raptors ball down 6-5. OG guarded by Trey Jones. Size mismatch. Spins around to the post. Whips it back out to Gary Trent. Gary Trent's going to drive. And he's going to find no good. Who would that? Kem Burke has checked into the game. That kind of threw me off. He misses in the paint. Derek White now drives into the paint. He throws it up. And the layup is good. Spurs up 8-5. Yes, EJ, he did say he's no longer a Buck. He said, Buck, you're out. Van Fleet pull-up jumper is a little short, and Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Top 20 point guard? Yes, absolutely. And now a turnover. Kem Burke running the ball. Derek White takes the ball away from him from behind, so back-to-back turnovers for both teams. Trey Jones up back the other end. Out to Keldon Johnson. Johnson for 3. No good. Jakob Poeltl with the offensive board and put back, and that is good. Spurs have double up the Raptors. 10-5, 8-10 to go. Megatron was like 7 yards short of an NFL all-time receiver with 5 minutes left, but his coach wouldn't put him back in. Was he? In the last 65 years, the Lions haven't won a playoff game? Is that for real? That's another turnover. Trey Jones sprints into the paint after the pass from Keldon Johnson. Throws up a layup. No good. I think KJ may have been the one with the steal. A little bit of a sloppy game. Trent Jr. is going to launch a corner 3. 10-8, timeout, Greg Popovich. Megatron was part of that team. All right, the Kerm, thank you. He was so good. I mean, he played when they had those stupid rules where he would get a catch and then they say it wasn't a catch when they were like being way too ticky-tacky in the NFL and what was a catch and what wasn't. But Megatron, one of the best receivers I've ever seen play. Probably in my definitely top 5 that I've watched. Jerry Rice, of course, is number 1. Randy Moss, definitely my top 3. Probably Jerry Rice and Randy Moss are my top 2. Last time they won was 1991. What's up, Zachary? Go Spurs, go. They've won 1 playoff game in 65 years, so they won a playoff game with Barry Sanders. J Money, I don't know. I've heard Kyrie Irving's going to be ready for the Spurs. I guess not Sunday, but the following game? We need some thumbs up in here. Wow, we got a very tiny crowd, although it's early and it's the Spurs. And I have noticed that, not obviously any of you guys in here, but when the Spurs win, my views are up. And when the Spurs are losing, they're way down. Just go look at Sunday's recap. I was like, wow. I actually uploaded a Giants video that got a ton more views than a Spurs video, and I'm a Spurs channel. Oh, Spurs. What's up, Evan? Thank you for stopping in. Paul F. Rich Sporting logically did a video on most 5 underrated players. DeJounte's featured at the 440 mark. I want to if you send it to me on the Twitters. If you're on the Twitters, that would work. I feel like DeJounte's probably getting overlooked. He's a small market team, the team that's been losing. But I hope he makes the All-Star team. He's got a lot of competition in front of him. Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, Ja Morant. I'm probably forgetting somebody. Chris Paul. I mean, Dak, the best quarterback ever. Nope. I would strongly disagree with that. Kyrie is back tomorrow. And Clay's coming back. Oh, no. Playmaker Guido, really? I totally forgot that. I didn't realize he was part of the draft class with Jamarcus Russell. That did not work out too good. Well, if they're going to lose quite a bit over the next week, the rodeo... Yes. Well, the rodeo trip is not yet, is it? Because we got 4 or 5 more games, and then they're at home for 4 or 5, and then I think they have another road trip. This isn't the rodeo road trip yet. Surprised you didn't make a bit about the guy we signed for 10 days. Evan, I mentioned it in my recap, but, I mean, it's another guard. And Spurs views have been down because the team's losing, and it sucks because there's obviously nothing I can do about it. But I just was like, you know what? It's a 10-day hardship contract. He won't be with the team after that, more than likely. And it's another guard, so I was like, why even bring it up? Thank you, the car. Clay's been out for, yes, he has, Fat Cat. I'm very interested to see how Klay Thompson comes. If he can be how he comes back, and if he can be even like 80% of the player he was, or 75%, or 50%. I mean, I'm actually rooting for him. I'm not a Warriors fan, but I'm rooting for Clay to be Clay. And Devin Vassell with the runner in the paint. Devin Vassell has, oops. Well, that's not right. What in the what? All right, that was weird. Devin Vassell, I believe, has 10 of the Spurs' 12 points. And Derek White, one of the best in the business, takes a charge. That's a turnover on the Raptors. What? No, Kyrie's on the Brooklyn Nets. He's definitely not here. Yeah, that's what I thought, Dylan. I was like, it's not till sometime in February. I think Kaycock has Jakob just sneezed and lost the ball out of bounds or something. I don't know what happened there. You like to score 999? Van Fleet with the ball on three-point land. Gets it over to Gary Trent Jr. Trent working the pick and roll. Back over to Fred Van Fleet. 10 on the shot clock. Van Fleet now looking for a pick and roll with... Nope, never mind. Misses the shot. Was working with Kem Birch. Offensive board, though, and a putback because the Spurs love to give up second chance opportunities. I believe that was OG who put it back. 12-10. 6:36 to go in the first Q. Is Command and Ninja awesome? Good to hear. Derek White into the paint. The runner's no good. Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Puts it back. And probably none. Because Jakob Poeltl can't hit his free throws. But you guys like 999 to 8? I don't know how that happened. I like the better. Okay. Caps lock. I hope you're correct. Evan, you and me both. I mean, when I think of my man David Robinson, he would throw him down hard. And when he blocked him, well, I guess it was more this way because he was left-handed. He made the free throw and won. Oh my gosh. He launched into the stand sometimes. Those are the kind of blocks you want to see, and dunking too. Just Drew Eubanks. I wish Jakob dunked like Drew Eubanks. Bryn Forbes is checking in for the Spurs. Gary Trent Jr. baseline three. Swish, kill the fish. It's 15-13. I'm glad your DeJounte's coming back. We need him. We do have KBD back tonight, though. You're correct, J Money. Forbes out to Devin Vassell to Derek White for three. Derek White hits a three. Halfway through the first quarter, and Derek White has struggled from beyond the arc this year. That's being generous. I think he's still under 30% for the year. OG into the paint. Pull-up jumper off the back rim, no good. Fight for the board, and Jakob Poeltl will pull down the board, gets it to Kelvin. KJ will bring it up the floor over to Derek White. Finding an open Devin Vassell for three. In and out burger. KJ with the putback, no good. Kelvin having a rough start. His last two games last week were something he's probably not going to want to remember. We have a wide open three for Barnes. No good. Jakob Poeltl with the rebound. Jakob getting a lot of rebounds to start this game. Evan, I have no idea. I figured probably not around the All-Star break. They get it to Jakob, a nice pass to Devin Vassell. Now the Spurs just passing it around again. Go around the world back to Bryn Forbes. 8 on the shot clock. Forbes pull-up jumper is going to bounce around a couple times and go in. Spurs up 20-13. Does Turtle play like Zara Puchel? I don't even know who that is. Was that a Spur that I'm forgetting? Zara. Fred VanVleet looked like he just took like 17 steps in the paint. He throws up an awkward shot and it goes in. I think it's just the way his body was contorting. It looked like he traveled 13 times there. Derek White, nice bounce pass to Jakob Poeltl. He drives into the paint. The right-hand layup is good. 22-15, 4:40 to go. Goose, what's going on? Channel member at Jets Key YT, thank you for stopping in. Goose, how you doing, my man? Goose, I saw you. I don't remember which college football games. You had a huge turnout. I had almost 40,000 views. So awesome. Glad to see that for you, my man. I know you've been calling a lot of college football. And Goose, I didn't realize I forgot you were a big fan of Ron Jambo. Well, Ron Jambo is back calling or doing New York Giants content, but I don't want to have him on the channel for a whole game. Jakob Poeltl, 7 points, 7 boards in 7 minutes. He checks out for Jacques Landale. Fred VanVleet, corner three. Good. Game blouses. Warriors. Okay, I was like, I don't remember who that is. Michael Urban or Sterling Sharp? Ooh. I'm biased because I was a Sterling Sharp fan in the early 90s. Even though I was a Giants fan, I liked Sterling Sharp. Jacques Landale for three. Nope. Michael Urban had... Well, actually, no, Sterling Sharp didn't have Brett Favre his whole career. He only had him for, like, I think the last 2 years. I don't remember who was the Packers quarterback or the running back. I don't remember most of that team. Whereas Michael Urban had Troy Aikman, one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. That doesn't affect him, but it helps the passing game. Emmitt Smith, one of the greatest running backs of all time. So if he hadn't gotten hurt, well, they both got hurt, but I think Sterling Sharp probably was a better receiver. At least statistically he was. I don't remember how either of them played, since I haven't watched either of them play in over 20 years, and Sterling Sharp's probably over 25 years. We have 2 free throws, by the way, for the Raptors. First one's good. DeJounte is out, the Quirrell. DeJounte is out. Apparently he's coming back tomorrow. Sharp only had fire for 2 years, though. I think the last 2 years of his career, and then he retired at like 28. Way too young. Devin Vassell turns the ball over, passes to Fred VanVleet. He's not on your team. Scotty Barnes brings up the court, gets it out to Gary Trent Jr. Trent pull-up jumper is good, and we got a tied game. 22-all, 3.5 minutes to go. Good to hear, J Money. Good to hear. Oh, that's where I know the name from. Thank you, Evan. I'm like, I know the name. Why am I... This guy stepped on Kawhi's ankle. Thank you. Devin Vassell's going to take another 3. Devin's got double-digit points in the first quarter. Clay and Kyrie back before Zach. Good point. VanVleet pull-up jumper. High arcer over Jacques Landale, and it's good, 25-24. Yeah, I told it. Maybe I'm trying to block them out of my memory. Both those players, for that matter, at this point. Trey Jones loses his dribble. It was off a Raptor. It's going to be Spurs ball. 2:45 to go in the first quarter. 14 seconds on the shot clock. And a timeout. Sterling Sharp at Worsforce to retire. Lupe, I think this is their first time. I did not realize that up in Canada, they don't have fans in the arena. On that basketball reference, I should be at... I'm on the wrong website. I need to be at Pro Football Reference. I'll look up Sterling Shepard. Not Sterling Shepard, Sterling Sharp. Oh, gosh. Giants brain. Sterling Sharp played from 98 to 94, so I think he did have Brett Favre for only 2 years. But he led the NFL in receptions 3 times, yards once, touchdowns twice. And that's only in 7 seasons. 7 seasons, he led the league in receptions 3 times, yards once, and touchdowns twice. And we just compare him to Michael Irvin, if we're just going by league leader, because Irvin obviously played much longer and has a bunch of Super Bowls. Irvin led the league in yards once, and that's it. In 159 games, Michael Irvin had 65 touchdowns. I'm just going by the only stats I have. 65 touchdowns in 159 games. Sterling Sharp had 65 touchdowns in 112. Now, granted, the Dallas Cowboys were handing it off to Emmitt Smith a million times a game. So, I don't know. I would be happy with either of those guys in their prime on the New York Giants right now. And both would be even better. Yeah, I know. How long has it been like that for a while, J Money? Is it just recent they're not playing with crowds because of the Optimus Prime that's going around? I'm going to be careful what I say on YouTube. Him and Antonio Freeman. Oh, Antonio Freeman! That's right. Yes, Antonio Freeman was pretty good. He was actually very good. What's going on, Ben Simmons? Thank you for stopping in. Tony Parker, say hi. Oh, I got to change the quarter. We're going to quarter 2. Right? No, we're still in quarter 1. We're still in quarter 1. The Spurs timeout just screwed me up. Tony, say hi to everybody coming in. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Happy New Year, Joe. Patty would be nice as a... Patty is killing it in Brooklyn right now. Brandon, I'm wondering too. I got to think maybe Toronto has a rule, something up in Canada with the Optimus Prime thing going around. Maybe they can't have fans to try to stop the spread the butter. I'm speaking in code here. I'm really trying to speak in code. We're on lockdown. Oh, really, Corey? Thank you, Raptors fan. Thank you, something. So you guys are like, so can you only go out for like groceries and for work, and can people even go into school? I did not know that. I had no idea. All right, Evan just mentioned it too. Spurs been winning lately? Not lately. I think we're on a 3-game losing streak. Yeah, we're on a 3-game losing streak. After having a 3-game winning streak. Yes, there you go. Optimus Primo going around in Toronto. Because I'm not going to say the word because it's really weird what YouTube's doing, demonetizing things if you say anything about that stuff. So I'm just always in code. Forbes at the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Out in three-point land. Back over to Trey Jones. Shot clock's running out, guys. Jones with a floater. In and out burger. KBD with the rebound and put back and an offensive board for the Spurs, which is quite rare. Well, offensive score. Yaku does get a lot of offensive boards, but usually putting that soft stuff up and either missing or getting fouled. And then missing. I'm just kidding. He's not that bad. Scotty Barnes launches it. No good. Forbes at the rebound. Gets it to Trey Jones. Jones back to Bryn Forbes. Bryn open for three. Takes a long three, and he will not make the long three. And it's Raptors Wild. 2 minutes remaining. What's going on, Lake? Thank you for stopping in. Was that Van Fleet with a long three? Yep. Fred Van Fleet, from what I'm hearing, from the little bit I can hear from the announcers, has been on fire. You guys said in the chat he's been on fire. Oh boy. Jacques Landale. Over to Bryn Forbes. Forbes picks up his dribble and is now double teamed. Back out to Trey Jones. Wide open for a corner three, and it's no good. Jacques Landale with the board. So another offensive rebound for the Spurs. Back to Bryn Forbes. Forbes in the paint. Loses the ball. And that's a turnover. And now a turnover for the Raptors as they lost the dribble. Trey Jones didn't quite see the ball yet. It was rolling right around. Finally got it. Driving to the paint is Keldon Johnson. It rolls around and finally rolls in. And if only that ball would have rolled in for us against the Pistons before overtime. Justin, sorry, I'm trying to speak in code too. Nice, Joe. That pull-up jumper is no good by Van Fleet. And KJ with the rebound. Yes. Trey Jones started tonight. DeJounte Murray's out, and that's another turnover for San Antonio. Trey Jones loses it, and trying to drive coast to coast is Chris Boucher? I think it's Boucher, and he gets fouled and going to go to the line for two. Antonio Brown left is because he told him to get on the field, but he didn't want to go on the field even though he's healthy. Is that why he left? I didn't catch I know what happened on the field, but I didn't ever hear the reason. They told him to play, and he didn't want to play, so he basically quit football, because nobody's going to want him after that. That free throw is no good for Boucher, so 29-27, 55 seconds left. Yeah, I don't like to say that part. Let's not use that word in the chat. If you want to say Keldon's been sucking lately, not good, not pulling his weight, but I don't like calling players trash or, yeah. I doubt we're going to see Jalen Morris, Evan. It's another guard. Don't need it. And don't, Evan, please don't talk like that. Let's not start arguments in the chat either. That's not going to help things either. Fred Van Fleet, nice crossover dribble, one-on-one with Jacques Landale. Throws up an alley-oop. Too much alley, not enough oop, but we're going to have a foul. He's trying to lead. Precious Achiuwa. Yes, DeJounte is out, but supposedly back tomorrow. I think Antonio Brown's done in the NFL with all the problems he's had the last few years, and now this latest, I don't know if you want to call it a temper tantrum, mental breakdown, whatever it was. This is 2 more free throws for the Raptors. Precious at the line has a chance to take the lead for Toronto at the line. 37 seconds to go. Yeah, if anybody calls anybody players trash, delete the message, and if they keep doing it, time them out. The warning's out. The warning is out there. Try to be nice. Give you a chance first. KBD's wide open for 3, and that's no good. Jacques Landale almost another rebound, but he's going to lose the balls. It's taken away by Scotty Barnes. Raptors can hold for the last shot. The shot clock's off. Raptors in the bonus, 30-29, and now a turnover. Did Precious Achiuwa step out of bounds? I was looking away for a second. Joe, he definitely needs to add something to his game. Rams or Packers might pick up AB? Art, maybe. Ugh. That'd be the Packers' worst nightmare. 17, 15, 13. Spurs can hold for the last shot. 12, 11. Trey Jones way on three-point land. 9, 8, 7, 6. And he turns the ball over. Lost it out of bounds. All good. It's all good, part-time Spurs fan. The warning's out. Hey, look who's in here. Love face, blah, blah, blah. He was right about Gruden. Yeah, I bet he's glad he got the heck out of, well, Las Vegas. I'm going to say Oakland. Van Fleet for a 3 at the end. Total Brick City. And we're going to go to the second quarter. The Raptors are up 30-29 in what is turning out to be a high-scoring game. Q2. By the way, somebody asked about the college football playoffs. I did not watch any of it, not 1 minute. So I really don't have anything to say on it because I didn't see it. I agree, the Kern. He needs some time off. Jamal, what's going on? I'm going to the Spurs game next Wednesday, so hopefully pick up the win. I hope so too. Who do we play next Wednesday? I don't know how we get those love face streams in here. It's not like, if I had like 1,000 people or 2,000 people or 10,000 people, but we're generally a small crowd as a Spurs crowd. And by the way, thank you Raptors fans for being here. If any Raptors fans are hanging out, certainly appreciated. But I mean, there's so many much more bigger channels. Unless it's just a bot that hits everything that's live. Rockets, the battle for Texas. Do we play 4 times next week? Let me pull up my streaming schedule. We got the Nets on Sunday, not calling that. The Knicks on Monday, calling that. Rockets and Spurs on Wednesday, Cavs and Spurs Friday, and the Clippers and Spurs. We got 5 games next week? Wow. That sucks. Well, I'm definitely only calling 4. I am not calling 5 games next week, so I'll do this. Yeah, I'm not calling the Sunday Nets game. I might watch it, not calling 5 games. Oh, boy. That's the second time in the last couple of last week we had 5 games. So it's 2 times in 3 weeks. They scheduled Spurs 5 games. Now the Heat game got canceled, so they had 4 games, but 2 back-to-backs last week, and then 2 back-to-backs next week. What are you doing? Awesome, Phil. Enjoy the game. I got Raptors -3 first half of Spurs and my full game. Okay, Art. You think Primo will start getting consistent minutes soon? No. Did you hear about the Rondo trade? I did. All right, Evan, you don't have to time everybody out. He's. I said don't call people trash. I mean, we don't want to time everybody out just for, We need to call. No, Jamal, I'm not calling all the games. I am not going to do that. That's why I got burned out last season. I was calling every game. I was recapping every game, and it just became way too much. I ended up just pulling an Antonio Brown for 4 months and kind of disappearing off YouTube. Let's find a way. It feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? Spurs, Falcons, Braves, Avalanche. Yeah, I'm not doing 5 games a week again. Those days are over. 4 is my max. And I feel bad for the Spurs because they're going to be playing 5 games next week. I know I-95 in Virginia was closed down for like 50 miles because I used to live in Virginia, and I have friends in Virginia that are without power. And a buddy of mine said his house is below 32 right now. That's a miss, and now a putback by Barnes. And Raptors with their biggest lead of the game, I believe, by 3. What's up, Workforce Planner? If you could get a triple-double, be trying to get triple-double. Primo, triple-double? Not this season. Doubt it. Now turnover for the Spurs. As I was looking at the chat, Siakam throws it up, no good. And it looks like he's going to go to line for 2, and they're going to call a block on Keldon. I hope the Spurs don't start to unravel here in the second quarter. From now on, we can stop calling that 90s power forward from Utah Jazz man because we can never forget about what he really was as a... Are you talking about the guy that elbowed David Robinson and knocked him out? What's our record after these next 5 games? Spurs are in trouble right now. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. With DeJounte Murray being out and Lonnie Walker out and Doug McDermott out, those are pretty key pieces of our team. Now, DeJounte's coming back, but still, when your rotations get all screwed up, more often than not, it's not going to help you unless you find a diamond in the rough. So the Spurs, next 5 games, could go 2-3, could go 1-4. Hopefully not 0-5. If we can pull off 500 or winning weeks, that would mean achievement. I would take that. Like next week, if they go 3-2, I'd be happy. If they can go 3-2, 2-1, whatever every week, fine. Derek White on three-point lane just launches the 3, and it is back rim no good. And Josh Primo's in the game, and Jock Landale, so two of our rookies. Pull up 3 by OG, short. Josh Primo's going to chase down the rebound. Yes, Optimus Primo with the alley-oop to Jock Landale. Let him a little too much, and Landale gets rejected by Precious Achiuwa. Spurs still on the ball. KBD with the shot, and he gets it to go in the paint. Ugh, wow. Well, the only trade I see the Spurs making is trading Thaddeus Young. Or his contract will get bought out. Bryn Forbes, people laugh at me when I say this. Bryn Forbes has some trade value. Not a ton, but a championship contender that could use some three-point shooting off the bench. I don't know, maybe like the Milwaukee Bucks did last year. I think a team could want to trade for NBA champion Bryn Forbes. I think we have 2 more free throws for the Raptors as Barnes got fouled. 4-1. Watch what I tell. I hope 4-1. God, I can only hope. Scotty Barnes at the line for 2. I'm talking to the yeah. I didn't know he also elbowed Isaiah Thomas, but yeah, I was not a fan of that. Primo is from Canada. I don't know if it's from Toronto. I don't think Jalen Morris is I don't think he's going to play. He's on a 10-day contract. He hasn't played in the NBA in a couple years. I think he's just here as emergency insurance. Second free throw's I don't think Clan even did a Spurs video on him. Clan does like 2 videos a day. I don't think he even did a video on the signing. I don't remember seeing it pop up in my subscription feed. Keldon Johnson starts to drive, gets into the paint, and gets rejected. Scramble for the ball. KPD gets it back. Off balance jumper. And Keita baits Dia. I think he has 6 points now. Primo's from Toronto. Okay. There's a big sports card show at the Almere Sun. Nice, JC. Well, I won't be making that because I'm in Connecticut. That's done with the Spurs, Evan. If I remember correctly, you're one of the folks that liked him. He's done. He's done. Jakob Poeltl checking back in for San Antonio. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Spurs down by 2. The Raps played a tribute video to Primo before the game because, I did not know that. That's awesome. No, Evan, I don't think you're going to see Morris ever. Where is it? Which guard loses minutes over for Jalen Morris? Derek White, Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Optimus Primo, Bryn Forbes, Devin Vassell in the paint with the runner. Devin is. Can somebody check what Devin Vassell's career high is? Because he could eclipse it tonight if he keeps playing the way he's playing. He's definitely got double-digit points. I think he's got 13 or 15. Scotty Barnes into the paint, passes it out to Pascal Siakam, whose name I have not said much, but he drains a 3 there from the corner. Well, I mean, that trade, I mean, that wasn't just pop. That was Kawhi. Jakob Poeltl jumper in the paint, no good. That was just a disaster between the Spurs organization and him. And yes, we haven't really been the same since. Siakam passes it out, 3-point attempt. Off the rim, no good. Josh Primo with the rebound. That's Chris Boucher with the offensive 3, no good. Like there's a defensive 3. Josh Primo takes it coast to coast, goes for the dunk, misses the dunk, but Jakob Poeltl with the putback. All right, well, I like the effort. I mean, that was cool. He just missed the dunk. Devin Vassell's career average 21. Thank you, guys. And he's got 13. Yeah, he did blow the dunk. He blew the dunk. That's a missed 3, and it's Spurs ball, and now a whistle, and that's going to go against Chris Boucher. Yeah, Owen, I agree. Oh my gosh, he got blocked by the rim. He got blocked by the rim. Josh Primo got blocked by the rim. I don't know if he mistimed his jump, but he got blocked by the rim. He's shocked and a fool. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Spurs got to get something going. Keldon, step back 3. That's short. And, The struggle is real for my man whose jersey's over on this side. And now Pascal Siakam's going to get fouled. 8:05 to go, and Keldon Johnson is, not making the shots. Does he look like Westbrook? He does right now. Rim 1, Primo 0. There you go. That's a fun troll. That's a good one. I like that. I don't know if Josh Primo's going to be able to get revenge on that rim. He doesn't dunk very often. Pascal Siakam, first free throw's good. Wraps up by 2. I like to see Devin hit 30 tonight, but we've only had one Spur hit 30 points all year. If you asked me who do you think it is, I would have said, not knowing, you say pick one Spur who's hit 30 points this year. I would have said Keldon, DeJounte, or Derek. Nope, KBD. When he didn't miss a shot against the Lakers. Second free throw's no good. Keldon Johnson with the rebound. And it's Spurs ball with 8 minutes to go. Surprised? Oh, Devin is in there. Never mind. Trey Jones with the ball right now. Gets it to Devin Vassell. Devin almost loses it out of bounds. Back to Trey Jones. 10 on the shot clock. right? Looking for something. Gets Jakob Pertl. Jakob drives in the paint, throws up the right-handed layup, and it's good. Jakob Pertl having a pretty good game today. He's definitely in double digits right now. What's he got, 11 or 13? Siakam, turnaround jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by Precious Ichua. Now wide open three baseline is good by Justin Champagne? I don't know who that is, but he made a three. Justin Champagne, all right. Devin Vassell going backdoor, throws down the thunder, dunk up Justice. I think that was Jakob Pertl with the assist. Finds Devin going backdoor. Now a step back three is no good. And we have a huge collision in the paint. We're going to have a foul. Gary Trent Jr. with the three and a whole lot of bodies hitting the floor. And that's going to go against Toronto. Nice pass by Jakob, finding Devin going backdoor, and Devin throws it down with two hands, showing Josh Primo, this is how you do it. The notorious KBD. What? Josh Primo's in the chat. Josh Primo, what is going on? Yes, Josh Primo found his revenge through Devin Vassell. Primo for three, no good. I'll try to come to San Antonio at some point, but the world's got to get to a bit normal, more normal than it is right now. Siakam in the paint with a little jumper is good, 44-41. I don't think that's going to be this year, to be honest with you guys. Maybe next year. Jakob tries to force it into KBD. The ball is stolen by Gary Trent Jr. Trent sprints up the court, passes it out to Fred VanVleet for three. Yep, that's the biggest lead of the game for the Raptors. Cowboys San Antonio, Brown? Is there a chance of that? I mean, it wouldn't hurt the team. Devin Vassell with the ball right now. Give and go with K to beat Stamp going backdoor, and he can't throw down the dunk. He was fouled, but he misses a dunk too. That's a couple missed dunks by the Spurs tonight. Vassell finds KBD going backdoor, and he throws it up, and he got hit on the hand. But still, got to finish those dunks. Respect the dunking. Timeout. We already got 11,000. Wow. Joseph, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in, Raptors fan. Yes, Evan, Michael Gallup tore his ACL out for the year, and because it's January when he did it, likely to affect him going into next season. Usually that's an 8-month injury, maybe sometimes more. And I know he's been dinged up this year and hasn't had a great year. But having a healthy Michael Gallup going into the playoffs certainly wouldn't have hurt the Cowboys. The Rim is against us. Dang it, Rim. Do your job. Speaking of doing your job, go Spurs, go. If you had not hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it if you could. Keep the stream going. We're at 68 thumbs up. One more is the magic number. Usually we get to 100 at the first half, but we do have a pretty small turnout tonight as it's early. So some of my subscriber base is not up yet. Michael Gallup was in a contract year? Oh, that sucks. Dang. That I did not know. Man. Oh boy. And contract year, and he did it in January, because he did it on Sunday. So that was what, January 2nd? So I mean, he's probably not going to play until late September, maybe not October. Gosh, I don't know what you do with him in a contract situation. That is tough. I don't see the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl either, Evan. A lot of folks come in and say, "How about them Cowboys?" I don't trust them. I watched them Sunday a little bit against the Cardinals. I feel like they're going to be the Cowboys team that you're used to. They're good enough to make the playoffs, but not good enough to win it all. And that's a tough spot to be in too, where you're just good enough every year to make the playoffs, but you're not good enough to win. But you're obviously not bad enough to get a high draft pick, so you just kind of get stuck, in limbo. What's up, Andrew? Thank you for stopping in. The Cowboys have been in limbo since '95. They've been a playoff team for what, 20 out of the last 25 years or something ridiculous, and they just. Now, you could be a fan of my football team, the New York Giants, and there's no limbo. We're just in a black hole. Bills to the Super Bowl? I didn't realize the Titans are the number one seed right now in the AFC. I don't know how that happened without Derrick Henry. Unless I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure they're still the number one. Hey, what's going on, Agent? Thank you for stopping in, channel member. Asia Babe, thank you for being here. Um, KBD misses the first free throw. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs have been playing better. Oh, I think they had a bad game recently. I don't remember who it was. I don't know what to trust. Really, this year's a weird year in the NFL where it's like I look at the AFC and usually it's always the Patriots and it's obviously not them anymore. But even the NFC, I'm like, do I really trust Green Bay? Green Bay seems to make the playoffs every year. Weren't they the number one seed last year and got knocked out right away? I mean, I don't trust any NFL team this year. There's nobody I say these two teams in the Super Bowl. Ball's gonna be knocked out of bounds by Josh Primo. It's gonna stay with the Raptors. Why do I don't think I'm not for throwing as a tanking. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Nah, Neil. I'm if they lose and lose naturally and we get a high draft pick, fine, so be it. But I don't want to see them intentionally tank, and I don't think they will. Siakam, an odd move in the paint, throws it up in and out burger, and the ball's going to get swatted back to Fred VanVleet, and now the NBA is taking down its scoreboard and shot clock and everything else. Justin Champagne for three. The Raptors have the Spurs number, or David Robinson's number. Maybe the Spurs are asking too much for Thad. I'm shocked he's still on the team. Josh Primo going baseline. Bounce pass to Devin Vassell over to KVD. Back over to Trey Jones. Jones runs in the paint. Throws up a layup. No good. Raptors trying to go fast break. And into the paint. Gary Trent Jr. No good. Fouled. Going to the line for two. And the Spurs are starting to let the game slip away in the second quarter. I know it's still early and it's only 8 points, but we've seen this happen, unfortunately, too many times. I don't see the Bucks making it now anymore, Evan, because of all the injuries. Chiefs, Bills, Packers, Rams. Do you trust Matt Stafford? If we're just going based on quarterback, I'm picking KC and Green Bay. Anything could happen this year, but that's a good thing too. Anything could happen is what the NFL wants. Ruski, the only chance we have is playing, I think. We've had moments where we've looked good this year, but we're just wildly inconsistent. And now with all the health and safety stuff, that much like last year, could really derail. We had momentum. We beat the Clippers and Lakers, just like last year. Started to get on a roll. Actually, the Spurs were the 5th seed last year, and then the health and safety protocol absolutely derailed the team, and then they were never the same. I'm hoping that doesn't happen this year. That's a miss. And then down the other end, Pascal Siakam in the paint. And it's a 12-point game. What are you going to do? Gary Jones. Oh my gosh. Trey Jones loses the ball. Can't speak. Fred VanVleet now with the ball. Just pulls up for mid-range jumper. It's getting ugly. 4:20 to go. Do we ever need DJ back? Man, some Spurs fans last week when the Spurs beat the Pistons, the first and only win of the week. Optimus Primo for three from the baseline. There we go. There was a lot of, hey, we don't need DeJounte Murray. Oh, how does the tide turn that way? Pascal Siakam turns the ball over, wants a foul, not going to get it. Josh Primo bring it up, gets it to Trey Jones. Trey Jones gets it to KBD, and KBD can't hold on to the pass and just loses it out of bounds. Unforced turnover. Look at the Memphis did not mess up with the second overall pick in 2009 draft from John Morant. I don't even know who Sheen Thabit is. But yeah, John Morant was a good pick. Drew's coming in? No. Is Drew Eubanks coming in? I like Drew, but I hope he proves us wrong in this game. Drew helped us go on a run. Prove me wrong. VanVleet for three. That's an air ball. All right, Spurs ball. Raptors are in the bonus. Here comes Bryn Forbes and Eubanks. Shake my head. All right, Neil, I got you. Yes, how the tables have turned. KJ pulling back in too. Yes, we do need some K-Cock, a bunch of it. I do agree, Carl. I think we'll still get Pop will get the win record, or it might be a little tough. It's going to be tough ceilings right now with the health and safety stuff. I think Spurs fans are finally learning how important DeJounte Murray is to this team, as they just have not looked good without him. I like Drew, but yeah, he's had some rough spots this year. He's an entertaining player to watch. He plays with energy. He dunks the ball with ferocious passion and fury, hustle, loyalty, and respect. It's just the talent's not there. The heart is there. The drive is there. Jones with a missed runner in the paint. It's just that he's not. He's a third string center. Trent Jr. with 3-point attempt, no good. Raptors fight for the board and get it. They'll get it out to Pascal Siakam, one-on-one with Trey Jones, drive to the paint, passes it out to Fred VanVleet, who's open for three. Remember the Spurs were one of the best defensive teams in the NBA? That has changed. And 59 first-half points for the Raptors. My goodness. Yes, the Kerm. I'll be on Bobby's channel tomorrow, although I think I might be depressed if we play tonight like we play tomorrow like we do tonight. Kellen Johnson, all sorts of weirdness in the paint. And apparently he was fouled. Luckily, he could have traveled there too, but I think they're going to give him a foul. Now we have a timeout. Trey Jones, by today's NBA I mean, he's smaller than me, LJ. Trey Jones is what, 6'1", 6'2"? We do have a timeout. I'm 6'4". I mean, I'm bigger than Trey Jones. Tony wasn't that tall, though. How tall is Tony Parker? 6'2"? Granted, he played in a different era. Kent's better, thank you for stopping in. Go, Spurs, go. And Evan, that would be my one criticism of Pop, is sometimes I don't like the rotations. You know, I'll speak out, and that's probably why I would never be able to be a Spurs announcer, because I would say, Pop's been doing a good job this year. Rich, what do you think? Well, Sean, I would agree, although I don't like his rotations at all at times. Whoa, you can't say that, buddy. Boop, you're fired. Rich, we need some TSR merch. I do have some TSR merch, but it's all the Play Jacques Landale merch, which now he's being played. So I got to get back on Teespring and make some actual TSR sports stuff. I've been busy with obviously regular work, TSR sports, and TSR music. Because I really do want to start growing the music channel more. That's going to be my focus. Well, I'm going to have more free time with the NFL season being over. Even though I don't cover the Giants much, I was still watching the games. And then when the NBA season ends, I'll really be just locked in and focused on the music channel for April, May, June, July, August, September, for like 5 months. So I really would like to get that channel to 1,000 subscribers this year. JBT, it really is. Hey, so Jesus Sandal, what's going on? Yeah, it does look like the pressure's getting to Keldon maybe a little bit. He's pressing a bit. But it's hard, JBT, because it's a double-edged sword when your team's losing, because it's tough to watch. You don't want to watch your team lose. It's you're trying to stay positive, but it's difficult. Although I've given up staying positive on the New York Giants. I'm just trolling them because they've turned into an embarrassment. They have. I hate to say it. Negative 10 yards Sunday. You're an embarrassing franchise. I think the players have given up on the head coach. Can't blame them. But with the Spurs, the double-edged sword is watching your team lose, calling your team lose, doing videos on your team losing. But it also hurts your YouTube channel. When your team's losing, you're not going to have as many views. And when you don't have a superstar, you're not going to have as many views either. If I was covering the Lakers or Warriors on a regular basis, my channel would probably be much bigger, but I don't like either team, so I don't cover them. I love my Spurs, and maybe someday we'll have that superstar again. Maybe we'll get back to our winning ways, and it'll be not only fun covering it, I'll enjoy the ride, but then my channel will blow up too, so that'll be a double-edged sword good thing. Ruski, I'm hearing he's coming back tomorrow. Derrick Henry's back at practice tomorrow. Yes, I do, Jesus Sandal. My video I did yesterday, I think you watched it, the press conference highlights, there was clown music in the back. I watched the actual press conference with him. We have a jump ball between Keldon and Kem Birch, so apparently the Raptors challenged it and won. And the Spurs win it. Kem Birch won the jump ball, but he tipped it to Devin Vassell. Devin fakes the three, gets it to Drew Eubanks. And Eubanks with the layup in the paint. I'm so used to Jakob being there. I don't know what the heck happened there. Drew Eubanks. But watching Joe Judge's interview and he went on that rant, he's just... And then he said, people want to play for us and are willing to come play for us for less money. What? A franchise that has been pretty much bad for the last decade and has no direction and has a quarterback, wide receivers, and running back that can't stay healthy to save their lives, and people want to come play for you for less money? Get out of here. He's a clown. Screw it. He's a clown. He's going to be in It Part 3. Ooh. Yeah, Big Sean, I think that the Pistons win was an anomaly. more than anything. And then the Pistons got revenge on us with G League and 10-day contract players to process them. We have 2 free throws for the Raptors as they're in the bonus. Landale, Brendan Eubanks, yes, Jesus is what? I've never even seen that word before. Is that Spanish for sandals? Rich, did you hear that MLB North fired Ken Rosenthal for being... No! That free throw's no good. 13-point lead for the Raptors. 2-minute warning. I didn't hear that. I don't have MLB Network though, so I know what's going on there. Vassell, free throw line jumper, back rim, bounces around, finally no good. I will say Drew Eubanks is wearing some incredible Hulk-looking green sneakers. Siakam for 3. Ruski, 3.5 years. The music channel, I just started doing that in the summer of last year. KJ in the paint, throws up the little jumper. It's good, as he was hoping. I thought he was going to dunk it, but he didn't. Chinchilla. Is that what it's? I thought that was Spanish for sandal. I'm saying the word completely wrong. OG for 3 from the baseline. Rattles in and out. Burger. Pascal Siakam with the rebound. And the putback is no good. And now another offensive board for Scotty Barnes. And an offensive foul. That'll go against Scotty Barnes. Wrong sport? Yeah, I know. All good. 1 minute 15 to go. Toronto fan now. But yeah, I started this channel April 5th, I think, of 2019, or April 6th. It's been a slow grow because the teams I cover primarily aren't good. The Spurs have not been very good since I started the channel. And the New York Giants have been a freaking train wreck. An absolute disaster. The New York Giants are just a... You guys think it's rough being my Spurs fans? You think it's rough being a Spurs fan? The Giants are unwatchable. Seriously, it hurts me to watch them because they're so bad. Yes, I did see what happened to Antonio Brown. Kind of feel bad. I think there's something very wrong up here. I don't want to see him come back to the NFL. I'd like to see him get some kind of help first and get his head checked because I think he's having CTE from that hit from Vontaze Burfict back from like around 2016 or whatever. We need to deal our way with Thad and Eubanks. I like Eubanks and do what we can do. I mean, Thad and Drew for Miles Turner, I'd be fine with that. I don't see that happening. Ever. Derek White, by the way, was at the line for 2 after getting fouled. Spurs are in the bonus. 1 minute to go. Let me focus on the game here. I'm chatting with the chat. Oh, they took a point away from the Raptors. Or I had 1 too many points. Maybe he took a 3 away. OG out in 3-point land, guarded by Devin Vassell. Switch. Drew Eubanks on OG. OG be dribbling around. Jackson gets into the paint. Pull-up jumper is going to bounce around and not go in. Bryn Forbes will grab the defensive board. Less than a minute to go. 40 seconds. Keldon Johnson drives to the paint. Splits through the Raptors defense and gets the layup. That's 2 shots in a row for Keldon. Hopefully that can get his confidence going because he had missed a ton of shots in a row. Hopefully get out of his funk because if the Spurs are going to win games, they're going to need Keldon Johnson to not be going 2 of 15 or whatever he did against the Pistons or 3 of 15. Fred VanVleet, pulling his best Steph Curry impression, throws out a 3-pointer from deep out of 3-point land, about between the 3-point mark and half court. Swish. Fred VanVleet has 24 points on 6 of 9 shooting from beyond the arc. Derek White drives into the paint, drops it off to Drew Eubanks. Eubanks turns the ball over. Raptors trying to go fast break, and OG will bring it and gets the layup. Fast break is good. 4 seconds left for the Spurs. Derek White will bring it up. White pulls up for 3, and it's no good. Spurs are down 15. Yes, Amir, I did say that about Amir. I commented on the video and wished him well. I'm talking qualitative research methods, intermediate statistics, crisis and trauma counseling methods, and dissertation design. Wow, is that all for Antonio Brown? Well, let's look at the halftime stats. Down by 15. This does not look like the team at all that beat the Lakers and Clippers. Now, we don't have the same players out there. But my goodness, Spurs fans, the struggle's real. The struggle is real. All All right, for the Toronto Raptors, let's go through their stats. Scotty Barnes with 5, Pascal Siakam with 12 and 8, OG with 4, Gary Trent Jr. with 12, Fred VanVleet with 24 points in the first half, including 6 of 9 from beyond the arc. Absolutely killing the Spurs right now. Khem Birch with 2, Chris Boucher with 1. Okay, he's got 1 point. Precious Achiuwa with 2, and Justin Champagne with 6. 2 of 2 from beyond the arc for Justin. For our San Antonio Spurs, yes, we are down bad. We are down bad. What's up, Houston Oilers? It's been a rough first half. Actually, I got to put halftime up, and I'll get to the Spurs stats in just a moment, but let me put half up for us. There you go, halftime. We're 17 thumbs up away, so hopefully we can get at least to 100. Devin Vassell with 15 points. He needs to shoot the ball more. He's 3 of 4 from beyond the arc, 6 of 9 overall. Get him the ball more. Keldon Johnson with only 6, 3 of 8 from the field. So actually he was 1 of 6 until he hit those last 2 shots. So hopefully he can start turning it around. Jakob Poeltl with 11 and 9. Derek White with 7. And Trey Jones with a very alarming stat, minus 13. 13 minutes, 0 points, minus 13. And 3 turnovers. Devin actually has a minus 12. So that sucks. KBD has a minus 19 up there. Bryn Forbes with 2, KBD with 7, Jacques Landale rocking the donut, Joshua Primo with 3, and Drew Eubanks with 2. Jacques Landale, quiet night, 6 minutes, 0 for 3 from the field. He does have 2 offensive boards, but our bench, look at our bench, Spurs fans. Bryn Forbes, minus 7, KBD, minus 19, Jacques Landale, minus 11, Josh Primo, minus 10, Drew Eubanks, minus 4. Yeah. Well, there you go. Bench, not benching it tonight. Go back to the game. Go back to the game. All right, there we go. Tony Parker needs to stay out of the sun. What? You think he looks sunburned there? To play Primo, you can't play Forbes and Trey. I don't. You know, I've been saying that all year. I don't like Bryn Forbes and Trey Jones on the court at the same time. We're way too small. Way too small. If you're starting Porker, I see something. Yeah, 6 minutes for Landale. Yeah, I'm sorry. I always go over the box, though. What's in the box? What's in the box?
The box. You opened it. We came.
It's just a puzzle box.
No, child. It is a means to which to summon us.
Or something. I don't know what everything Pinhead said. Well, my ear's red. Hey, what's going on, Mile High? Thank you for stopping in. Raptors fan, you guys are giving it to us tonight. Spurs, yeah. You know, there's nothing better as a sports fan to watch the Giants get crushed and then the Spurs go on a losing streak. Really, what are you going to do? He does love small ball, and no, we're not the Warriors. This is not the Splash Brothers out there, or Andre Iguodala, or any of those douches. Sorry. Draymond Green. Kevin Durant when he was there. Now, don't get me wrong. I like keep here in the box score. I mean, our. All right. Yes, it is. It kills. Let's just run Primo, Morris, Wieskamp, Kaycock, and Landale. I don't see that happening. LJ. But you know what? Every great coach has had great players. I mean, Phil Jackson's considered one of the greatest of all time. He had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, plus Dennis Rodman at a point, and then transitioned to Kobe and Shaq. I mean, does he win without Michael Jordan and Kobe? Probably. Does he win that many titles? No, he definitely doesn't. Thank you, Troy. Appreciate that. Hey, go Spurs go to you too, man. Go Spurs go. Tony, you still feeling good? All right, you are good. He's happy. We could use Tony Parker tonight. The Spurs are still right there in the cuffs of the play-in, but you know what? If whatever happens, happens. I still think this will be a fun team to watch when we get everybody back. But I don't. Even if we make the play-in, I don't really think we can make a run. We're too inconsistent. Unless Zach Collins eventually plays and he's the second coming of David Robinson, which I seriously doubt, or Tim Duncan. It's going to be a long rest of the season, but hopefully we see the guys develop. Hopefully Calvin can turn this funk around, turn the funk around, and finish in the top three in 3-point percentage for the NBA. And hopefully DeJounte, when he comes back, continues the triple double action, being Russell Westbrook light, but not the turnover machine like Russell Westbrook. I really want. Wow, not a fan of Derek White. Yeah, Kalo, I hate the fact that if you look at Tony Parker's career, it's all Spurs in one freaking season with Charlotte. Always hated Tony. Good player. Oh, really? The prune. Was he kind of a jerk? If you met him, did he kind of give you that face if he asked for an autograph? True, LJ. True. Yes, Mason. That's Tony Parker, looking kind of a little smug there, isn't he? Looking a little smug. All good. I mean, as far as Pop goes, I mean, he had a wonderful relationship with Tim. It was, went and visited him down in the Virgin Islands, I believe, for a few days when he was looking to draft him. So, I mean, can't discount the Tim Duncan relationship with Popovich and how much it may have helped him, become the basketball player was. And we can't discount David Robinson being a mentor for Tim Duncan either. I'm sure he was a big part of his growth. But maybe Pop doesn't have that type of, he doesn't gelled with the current team like he did with the big three. And that's possible too. Pop's old school. Greg Popovich started coaching the NBA during his first full season was 97, 98, and the game has changed a lot, but people have changed a lot. This is more, I'm not trying to attack anybody, but, we're more the participation award generation. Don't say anything negative about somebody, and maybe players don't respond to that coaching style that he has, that more hard-nosed, screw up and you're out, pull you out type of mentality. Whereas, if they grew up where they got a participation trophy and everything, then they weren't, all of a sudden being treated like I get out of the game. They might not be able to handle it. I don't know. Yet Bill Belichick is, he's old school. He started with the Giants as a defensive coordinator in the 80s, late 80s, I believe. I don't remember the exact year. And he's got that hard-nosed coaching style, and yet that still works in the NFL. So I don't know. I mean, and there's two great coaches. You can kind of look at their careers and be like, Bill Belichick is now succeeding without Tom Brady. Pop has not found any success without Tim Duncan or Kawhi. We made the playoffs one year with DeRozan and LA, but after that, 2 losing seasons in a row, a losing season this year. I don't know if Bill Belichick's I'm not saying Bill Belichick's a better coach than Greg Popovich. It's different sports. It's hard to compare the two, but he's finding success, and I did not think I thought the Patriots have a losing record this year. They had one losing season last year, and now they're back to being a winning team. TP9 was always messing with teammates. Oh, well, that's not cool. And we could use Lonnie. Yes, he's selling a San Antonio home for like $19 million or something. I think I saw the prune. Grizzlies were down 45, 15, now it's 50. Wow. 13-0 run. Tony Parker's the only guy I remember who wanted to get involved in mainstream media more as a Spur in the modern, remember. Yes, I do remember the Evan Longoria thing. He has 5 French rap albums, does he? Yeah, I'll listen to none of those. Samuel, yeah, I mean, that, I don't know if that's an issue, but culture has changed. Parents discipline their children differently. And I mean, back when I was a kid, you could hit your kid. You can't do that today. So you have to wonder if Pop's using that hard-nosed coach. I don't know. And I'm not knocking anybody. You can't help the generation you grow up in. It is what it is. I mean, if you get a participation trophy, that's when you grew up in. But I don't know if his coaching style works with this team. I don't know. I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm not saying he should stay. I don't know long term. If he says I want to play 3 more years or coach 3 more years, is that good for the team or is that bad for the team? I just don't know. McDormand, nice. There it is. I will agree, though, the rotations are something that confuse me at times. Seems like sometimes he's just kind of throwing rotations at the wall, hoping something sticks. I don't get why at one point we played our rookies. Tony Parker started his rookie year. Manu played his rookie year. Tim Duncan obviously played his rookie year. He was a number one overall pick. And David Robinson, granted, was not part of the Pop era, was a number one overall pick that we had to wait 2 years for because of his naval service. But we've played rookies in the past. Kawhi got minutes. What did Kawhi average his rookie year? Did he get like 15, 20 minutes? And all of a sudden, it seems like lately, the last, I don't know how long, but like we just don't want to play our rookies. Devin Vassell was a lottery pick last year and was coming off the bench sporadically. And then this year, Josh Primo's a lottery pick and not playing him. Jacques Landale is a rookie, but not a rookie with all of his basketball experience overseas. So I don't know when. Maybe you guys can help me out. Maybe it was when I lived in Virginia and I wasn't really paying attention to any sports in 2016 and 17. I was in love. I was in college. Had a lot going on. Is that when that started? The not playing the rookies? Has it been maybe happening longer and I just haven't been aware of it because we were winning? Well, Brianna, we definitely need a high draft pick, and I think this is going to be a lottery team again. I think it's going to be. And the health and safety thing is totally not helping the team right now. You mentioned that playmaker. I think you mentioned actually every sandwich as well. Lucas Salmonich. Now, you would never question a coach, Silent Hooper, when you're winning. You wouldn't. Why would I? I think the frustration for Spurs fans today, at least for me, is why don't the rookies get playing time? I was saying that last year when we looked like a lottery team, which we ended up being. It's like, do we really feel like this team can go? I don't know. Why Spurs? Why? Or that. Hello, Tiny Jack. I love Pop, but I'm tired of seeing him treat players like crap and forcing them into a system and not letting them learn from mistakes and not letting them play their game. No, Spurs, no. See, I love Pop for life, but I don't like he doesn't mind. I don't like that he doesn't mind losing. He'll stick to some poor game plan rotations to take losses instead of mixing up and on the fly and making wins happen. Yeah, Ghost Player, that looks the way it is right now. I mean, my only questioning of Pop, and look, he's the greatest Spurs coach of all time, one of the greatest NBA coaches of all time, if not the greatest. The rotations. Last season, when I saw players having a hot hand and then he yanked them because it hit a certain minute, like it was, DeJounte Murray was having a crazy start to the game. 6-minute mark, Patty Mills got to come in. I was like, you're taking him out? Instead of game flow rotation, it felt like a time rotation. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'll still take Pop over Joe Judge. Let me just say that. I probably see it differently. If our players, Josh, Vassell, Walker, and Trey, are with other teams, they will shine faster than... you might get more opportunities. So maybe. And we've seen Spurs players leave. Isn't Chimezie Metu playing pretty good? Trey Lyles has had some good moments with the Pistons. If Sandwich ends up developing with the Knicks, there's nothing that hurts more to see a player leave your team, and then obviously you're not rooting against anybody leaving the team. Look at DeMar DeRozan. Now, granted, different personnel, but DeMar DeRozan is now a MVP candidate in Chicago, hitting back-to-back game 3-point winners. He's DeMar DeFrozen, isn't he? He's not frozen in Chicago. Again, different roster. Yeah, I know, LJ. That's Ghost Player. That sounds right. Typical Lonnie. Jakob Poeltl's not that good. He's actually better than his contract. If you go value contract-wise, some algorithm, he's playing like a 14 to 15 million a year center, and we're paying him, $8 million a year? He leads the NBA in offensive rebounds. He's a decent shot blocker. He's been scoring more. For his contract, he's outplaying his contract. Is he a legit starting center in the NBA? And I'm not trying to knock out Caproto, I like him, but is he a legit top 10 center in the NBA? I don't know. Top 10? He does have very limited offense. Can't score outside the paint. And even when he's in the paint, he's a bit soft in there at times, or actually very soft. Quarter 3 is starting, so I don't know. I like Jakob. My heart wants to say that he's the long-term solution at center is the Raptors hit their open. Fred VanVleet, who else? Jumper. My heart says Jakob Poeltl's the long-term answer at center. As he drives in the paint, throws up a layup as we're talking about him, but my mind says he's not. If that makes any sense. So Hart, yes. Jakob, my mind, probably not. Was that a quick halftime? Fred VanVleet with 26, and now Trent with the jumper. Oh my goodness. The free throws definitely hold him back. Shooting 33% from the year. He's not somebody you can trust in at the end of the game. Yeah, that sucks. Jakob, a nice pass to Trey Jones, cutting up the paint, makes the layup, and one. I see Kyle Anderson playing well. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo. No, Tiny Jack, I've never been to San Antonio. I don't know when I'm going to get there. I was hoping this year, but the world is still falling apart, so. Last 3 games, Patty Mills is not playing well. Wow. Trey Jones makes a 3-point play. Hey, Bill, I agree. I agree. 100,000,000%. OG gets it out to Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet launches a 3 over Jakob Poeltl. This kid is on fire. You guys are saying Fred VanVleet's been on fire the last couple games? He's on fire tonight. Absolutely killing it. Keldon Johnson over to Jakob Poeltl. Jakob looking to drive, gets into the paint, and throws it down. There you go, big man. Thunder dunk of justice. Why don't we see more of that? We know we can do it. Right, Tony? Gary Trent drives in the paint, throws it up high off the glass, and it's good. Kyle got paid too much. Fair. Trey Jones drives into the paint. Back out to Devin Vassell for 3. Oof, brick. Jakob Poeltl with the offensive board and put back, and Jakob Poeltl's having weird time. Against his old team, by the way. Still a storyline there we haven't talked about. Jakob Poeltl playing against a team that drafted him, the Raptors. I believe it was 9th overall. He was a lottery pick. He's got 17 points, 10 rebounds. Those are starting NBA numbers, 17 and 10. Yep, VanVleet, he sure is on fire. Good night. What's the game on? I'm watching an NBA Pass. OG's first free throw is good. OG at the line for a deuce. Jakob went up and threw it down hard. Looked angry too when he did it. And Kawhi said while he was here he felt, really? I don't remember that. Sound Hooper, I agree. I agree, man. Trey Jones out in 3-point land. Trey been our starting point guard, and I like Trey, but DeJounte Murray, he is not. Jakob in the paint throws it up, and he's going to unfortunately get fouled and go to the line for 2. What's up, Austin? We need the Spurs to come alive. Jakob has a cut on his neck. I think I see a scratch right here. It looks like he's bleeding. I'm surprised they haven't don't have anybody tending to that. And he missed the first free throw. Rolled around and finally rolled off the rim. You can't be bleeding in the NBA, and it looks like, yeah, he's got a cut. That's a visible cut. He's bleeding. He can't be on the court. Refs, open your eyes. He's got a cut right here. You got to throw a Band-Aid on that. He missed them both. The great Carlos Jeter, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. All right, Ozzy. Go Spurs, go! That's a turnover down the other end. Spurs going fast break. Devin Vassell stops, pops, and misses the 3. Jakob Poeltl with another offensive board. And it almost went out of bounds, and it'll be Raptors ball. OG for 3. No good. And a foul. Josh Primo's checking the game already. Who did Josh Primo come in for? Huh. They did scratch the turtle. He's bleeding. I don't know why he's still in the game. Josh Primo is checked in. Who was our starting lineup? It was Keldon, Devin, Trey. For Derek? Jakob Poeltl with another thunder dunk of justice. Yeah, I just realized that, LJ. Derek White. Is he in foul trouble? I didn't realize that. Spurs have 44 points in the paint. The Raptors only 18. Yet we're getting killed. Jakob Poeltl gets the rebound after the Fred VanVleet miss. Trey Jones sprints up the court, drives into the paint, throws up a reverse layup, and it's good. 13-point game. 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Yes, he is, Ghost Player. Yes, he is. Yes, Big Sean, he actually is a worse free throw shooter than Shaq. I said that in my Sunday recap, which I might not do the recaps anymore, guys, or maybe take a break from them. I'm going to be transparent. As if the Spurs, when they have losing weeks, I can't even pull 1,000 views on those things. And they take me an hour and a half to do, and I'd rather just work on my music channel. Be transparent with you guys. I'm not stopping doing Spurs content. I'm not by any stretch. But if views continue to go down, the team keeps continuing to lose, I'll be watching. I just won't be covering them as much on the channel. What's up, Lewis? Thank you for stopping in. No Landale. Just not yet. Not that he played well, but yeah, it is a good experience for Trey Jones. I don't know if he is the answer at backup point guard or he's not. We have a million guards. So, I mean, there's also that. So when we signed Jalen Morris, I was like, great, another guard. That's not going to get any playing time. I think Jock Landale is on a very, very short leash right now. If he makes a mistake, Jakob Poeltl's having a fantastic game, though. I got to props to Jakob Poeltl. I'm going to pull up Jakob Poeltl's career high. DW does have 4 fouls. I didn't realize he was in foul trouble, Brianna. I had no idea. No idea. What was I looking up? Jakob Poeltl. Advanced. What would that be under? Adjusted? No. Play-by-play? Nope. Shooting. Game highs. There we go. Jakob Poeltl. Career high is 27. He had it this year. His career high through his 6 seasons has been 12, 18, 20, 19, 20, and then 27. He's got, what, 19 tonight? Maybe? Could Jakob Poeltl get a career high in a game that the Spurs are, well, right now not playing that great in? Down by 13. Jakob has 19 points. 19 points in 17 minutes, plus 11 rebounds. You know what? That's what we get for saying me saying, Jakob Poeltl, I don't know if he's a starting center in the NBA. He's playing like one tonight, and I hope he keeps it going. I really do. Yes, it is, Helen. Yes, it is. It seems like us without DJ is like 2000 without LeBron. That's an interesting analogy. It says DJ plays reckless, but Derek gets in a foul trouble pretty often. Nobody. Keto, the team is 1-3 right now with Derek White running the point. Now, granted, we're missing players. Once we come back in this game, dropping to 1-4. I've called Derek White out a lot this year. And if you watch my recaps, I call every player out that's had a rough week. Not in a negative way. I just said they had a bad week or an ugly week. Like this week, I gave Kelvin Johnson an ugly rating for last week. He had a horrible week and missed 2 game winners. Wow, Bobby really not liking Kelvin. Welcome back, Patty's not coming back to the Spurs, guys. He's not. He's done. You mean the Yak and Jacques connection? Trey Jones. Good Lord, I have my brain fried for a second. Fred VanVleet with the ball. Let's just focus here. Gets it over to Scotty Barnes, and the Raptors just keeping that lead around 15. Am I? Thank you, Keto. I mean, I call every player. Kelvin's my favorite player. I said he had an ugly week last week. Off the board for the Spurs. They get out to my man KJ. Misses the 3, and he cannot hit his threes right now. Ugh. He is in such a funk. Trent Jr. down the other end. He'll miss a 3. Kelvin gets the rebound. Gets it up to Trey Jones. Jones will bring up on a 1-on-2. Drops it off to Josh Primo. Primo into the paint. Throws it up off the glass. And it's going to roll around and finally go in. 81-68. I'll stop making recaps because it's the only way I know what's happening. But people aren't watching. When the Spurs lose, Carlos, you can see it. The winning weeks, 2,000 views. The losing weeks, I can't even get 1,000. I mean, people could say you're a fair weather fan if, it's a 3-pointer. But I'm like, I'm still here. But if people aren't watching, I could use that time to do something else. And I really want to focus on TSR music moving forward. So we'll see. But the recaps take an hour and a half. And if people aren't interested in them, I'd rather spend my time elsewhere. Sorry. Trey Jones drives baseline, gets it to Keldon. Keldon throws it up. That's kind of ugly good shot. Misses it. Wow. And a fast break and in transition, Pascal Siakam throws it down with two hands. Jeez. Keldon looks way off, Bobby. I don't know what's going on. Primo for three. Hey! There's a high spot. I mean, Keldon looks really off. I don't know what's going on with him. Primo with 8 points and 4 boards. Gary Trent Jr. passes it out to OG. OG for three. No good. Trey Jones with the rebound. Trey moving it up the court fast. Drops it off to Devin Vassell, who had a huge first quarter. Has been quiet since. Keldon's going to launch another three short. He can't make a shot. He can't make a shot. OG in the post, guarded by Devin Vassell. And a foul. That was funny. A fair phrase. Oh, all right. Primo gonna. I mean, what's Josh Primo's career high? Has he? Yes, see, Leo. The Spurs are struggling since DeJounte Murray has checked out. Yeah, do you guys remember, Carlos? My struggles. Siakam won a huge dunk. I was on YouTube for 10 years with 16 subscribers. I've been on YouTube since 2006. So I've put a lot of time into YouTube over 15 plus years. So believe me, if anybody knows about struggling, it's this guy. People forget. They look at TSR Sports like, hey, you're doing pretty good. You have over 10,000 subscribers and your channel's a little over 3 years old. I'm like, yeah, I had 16 subscribers for a decade. 16. 1-6. The struggle was real. Right? Jesus' sandal? Kellen's definitely throwing out some landscape and some buildings with his bricks. Vassell passes it to Forbes, and it's couldn't handle the pass, going to go out of bounds. By the way, everybody, I'll be on B-Town Breakdowns channel tomorrow night, so I'll be doing probably color commentary and then correcting Bobby when he says the wrong Spurs name, because last time they played, he kept getting the names wrong, so I'll be there to give him an assist and hang out with him. We'll both be watching the game on Nesson, I think it's on, or one of the NBC Sports or whatever. We'll both be watching it on cable. That's a miss. Spurs ball, 5:20 to go. Forbes way out on three-point land. Gets Jakob back to Bryn Forbes. Forbes back to Jakob. Jakob with that little runner in the paint. No good. And KBD fighting for the ball, and eventually it's going to be Raptors ball. He's building the wall. All in all, and that's another brick in the wall. Derek White checking back in. His number on his jersey matches the number of fouls he has. Quattro. The new El Quattro. White, Primo, Forbes, KBD, and Jacques Landale. Okay, that's a lineup. I don't know what to say. Pascal Siakam with the ball, 5 on the shot clock. One-on-one with defensive NBA champion Bryn Forbes. Throws it up over him. No good. You can't score an NBA champion Bryn Forbes, Pascal Siakam. Josh Primo off to the races and gets fouled and going to fly out of bounds Superman style. Yeah, 17 points. One thumbs up away from 100. Maybe somebody can help a sad Spurs fan at least get to 100 thumbs up. Josh Primo at the line. Optimus Primo. The 19-year-old just had his birthday, turned 19. Fires off and misses the first free throw. Well, he's been practicing with the San Antonio Spurs from the free throw line, clearly. Substitution for the Raptors. We got Chris Boucher coming in. 88-71, 4:36 to go. Pascal Siakam going to get a rest. The man on my thumbnail. Siakam's had kind of a quiet night. It's been all Fred VanVleet. Second free throw is good. And you know what? The Spurs have a back-to-back tomorrow against the Celtics. You gotta wonder if going into the fourth quarter, if Pop will wave the white towel and just have all the bench in. Well, he's actually got all the bench in right now, except for Derek, because he already waved the white flag. Spurs are in the bonus. Trent Jones with the jumper in the paint, almost a airball, total brick city. Forbes with the rebound, gets it up to Derek White. Derek White will take off into the paint. Out to Josh Primo, thinks about the three, pulls it down, drives, and he's fouled. Well, at least we're getting some Optimus Primo action. I mean, there's that. A lot of Spurs fans hope he can be the next star for San Antonio. I guess DeRozan's our last star, but I wouldn't count him as a superstar. We haven't had a superstar since number 2 left. It's hate to say it. What's up, AB? Thank you for stopping in. Rough game tonight, AB. A rough game. Spurs down by 15. Josh Primo's second free throw is good. He might have a career high. He got 11 points. 4 minutes to go. Spurs, can the G League unit make a run? Fred VanVleet gets off his feet, then passes it out, and that three-pointer is no good by Gary Trent Jr. Derek White skies for the rebound, and then gets tripped from behind. And we're going to have another foul and 2 more free throws for San Antonio. I'll look up Optimus Primo. Hey, we got past 100. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I want to say Primo's career high is like, I don't know, 9. Yeah, I think he's got 11 tonight. So Josh Primo with a career high tonight. That's something, right? Troy, the Spurs need to win. You needed 26 going in. What do we have? 14 wins? So the Spurs need 13 more wins, I believe, to break the record. White, Vassell, Trey should be leading it. They should be. They're not. 2 free throws good for Derek White. Got the lead down to 12. Maybe a little push with the bench.
You push it. You push it.
OG at the free throw line passes it out to Trent. Trent back over to Boucher. Boucher going to drive baseline on KBD. Pull-up jumper is no good. And a foul on KBD. Yes, Coyote is 2 exclamation point. He's not there tonight, though, because this is a road game. Spurs on a long road trip. And a rough road trip, for that matter. KBD got hit in the face. That's a foul on KBD? All right. Okay. Raptors ball, Fred VanVleet. Out to Trent, wide open for 3. Nope. And KBD with the rebound. See if the Spurs can get the lead to 10 here. Optimus Primo to Jacques Landale, and they did cut it to 10. Nice pass by Optimus Primo. Landale getting his first bucket of the game. Caught the ice, man. George Gervin is old. Yes, if we can get this down to like 5, Spurs on a 7-0 run in the last minute and a half with their bench unit. Trent Jr. drives on KBD, pulls up in the paint, and swish. But if we can get this lead, there's 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, get it to 5 to 7 points. Definitely would have a chance, but the starting lineup needs to, the whole team needs to just get it going. KBD in the paint, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Spurs, 13 on the shot clock. Hey, Rich, do you remember when you streamed the game with another YouTube contender? You remember when you streamed the game with another YouTube contender? The stream was odd. You basically did more listening, conversing with the other guy than calling games? YouTube contender? I don't know what you mean by that. I did the Celtics and Spurs with Beantown Breakdown, but I was calling the game. I wasn't BSing. So I don't know. We're in a timeout, though. I don't think in the Spurs Celtics games when I had Bobby on, I was pretty much calling the play-by-play. When there was no action, we were chit-chatting away, but that was pretty much, I stayed with the play-by-play, so I'm not sure what stream you're referring to. You're talking about OGR Sports when we did the NFL? I think we were pretty much tight on the play-by-play when we did those back in the day. He has since retired and enjoying retirement. Timeout, my friends. Timeout. Spurs down by 12. Looked like they were going to get blown out, but they've been kind of hanging around in the third quarter with the bench unit. keeping us in it. Pirtle better drop 30. I think he means content. Oh, maybe. I wonder if it got spell check. I don't know what he's speaking of, though, Zachary. I should have realized I was a YouTube content creator. The only stream I've done that's on this channel right now is me and Beantown. I don't think we were BSing. I think we were calling the game. I don't remember. Spurs all done in my eyes, but G Field, it's going to be an up and down year all year long. They're going to make us look like a playoff contender like they did against the Lakers and Clippers, and then they're going to have a week like last week where we're like, yep, lottery team. That's just the makeup of the team right now, but I'll be there rooting them on. Might be doing less content on the channel moving forward, as I do really want to focus on TSR music. And I'm enjoying doing New York Giants content again. That's not gotten a ton of views, but considering there's only 7 or 6 Giants videos up, it's been fun and making fun of my team because I don't know what else to do with them. Trey Jones' future, I don't know. Happy New Year, Richard. We have so many guards right now. I don't know. I really don't know. Time will tell. Definitely sloppy tonight, but the game is not over. Tomorrow night, the Celtics do play the Spurs, or the Spurs play the Celtics in Boston at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live again on Beantown Breakdowns channel. He'll be doing the play-by-play. I'll be doing color commentary and correcting him on the Spurs names because I'm struggling doing that. Oh, I was trying. Oh, was it the other guy? Oh, gosh, really? Was he doing that? Forbes for 3, no good. Fight for the board. KBD with the offensive board. And KBD will launch it back out to Derek White. And Derek tries to thread the needle into Jacques Landale. That pass needed to be there like a half second sooner, and that's a turnover for the Spurs. Was he talking over me? I don't remember. Spicy P. So the ball doesn't lie, Bobby? But was he talking over me? I don't remember. I'm not trying to talk negative of him, but was I trying to do the play-by-play and he kept... I don't know. Van Fleet pulls up for a jumper off the glass and good. Fred Van Fleet, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. He's on fire tonight. He really is on fire tonight. Forbes out in three-point land. Almost gets the ball pickpocketed. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Spurs down by 14 again. Just when they were starting to come back, the Raptors push back. White's just going to pull up for 3. No. Coach candidates? I have no idea now. I thought it was Becky Hammond. It's clearly not Becky Hammond. Manu? Fleet's just going to throw up another 3. Back rim, no good. Going to be punched out of bounds. And it's going to be Spurs ball. Off Chris Boucher. A deleted stream? I haven't deleted any of the... Maybe it was one from last year. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Doc Rivers? I don't think so. I don't know what San Antonio's going to do. Who knows? Pop might be around for another 3 years. It could be a moot point even talking about it. He might want to coach till he's 75. White out to Landale. Fakes the 3. Back over to KBD. KBD picks up his drill and threads the needle to Jacques Landale. It's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover on the Spurs. Has an NBA coach ever coached until they were 75? If Pop was to do that, would he be the first coach to coach to the age of 75? I honestly don't know. No, Becky's she's still here. I can see her. She's here until the end of the season, and then she gone. And now a foul on the other end on the Spurs, which means that's 2 free throws for the Raptors. Fred Van Fleet at the line for 2, and not looking good to have this lead to single digits as there's 54 seconds left, and the Spurs are down by 14 and counting. Steve Kerr to the Spurs? Definitely not. He's not going anywhere. G. Field, I think he needs some basketball coaching experience to be an NBA head coach. Correct me if I'm wrong. Both free throws good. Yeah, Zachary, I'm feeling like that too. Pop's going to coach until he can't. Just like Joe Judge is going to coach until he gets fired. Now another whistle. Offensive foul on the Spurs. Oh, boy. Just when it looked like we are getting back into it, the wheels are falling off. The wheels are falling off right before my eyes. And wide open underneath the rim is Chris Boucher for a two-handed dunk, and back to 18. Just like that. Primo crossover dribble, gets into the paint, throws it up, back rim, no good. Fight for the board, and the Raptors come down with the rebound, and they may make this lead 20 points before Fred VanVleet launches a mile-long three, no good. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher with the putback, no good. And another whistle. Why is that the only game I want the Raptors to lose? They are winning. Bacon, I don't know. Josh Primo with the foul. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Boucher's first free throw, no good. Ball don't lie. That free throw is good. Derek White will bring it up for San Antonio, down by 19. I was hoping to be down by 9 or less, single digit. 19. We're going to be down double digits. Derek White still in three-point land. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Pick and roll Jock Landale. 4 seconds. White drives into the paint, gets tied up, throws it up. It's in. And one with 2.5 seconds to go. How are we losing to 11th? David, they have a better record than us. They're one game under 500. We are multiple games under 500. What are we, 7 under 500? George Carl, bro, you need something like a Red Bull. I don't do Red Bull, Carlos. I will drink like Powerade and stuff like that. But as far as those, quick energy things, nah, I don't like touching that stuff. Greg Popovich is the oldest coach and longest tenured in NBA history. Wow, Zachary, I actually didn't know that. Half-court three is no good by VanVleet, and the Spurs are down 16 going into the fourth quarter, and I have to wonder how long will Pop... Is he even going to play any starters anymore? The Spurs play tomorrow night against Boston. We'll probably just see the bench the rest of the game, but you know what? 12 more minutes of Jock Landale and Josh Primo. Sure. Hey, Veronica, what's up? Throwing down the old Jesus sandal. Whoosh. Go, Spurs, go. We do need to. Yes, Paul F. Very frustrating. Not what I expected tonight, but maybe I should have. The team has not been the same without DeJounte Murray. They've been absolutely... They've been a train wreck. They've been a train wreck. And if anybody knows train wrecks, it's a New York Giants fan. I will too, Carl, but you know what? We've got to see him at least 25 years right now. Yeah, there's that. I mean, we've seen plenty of Pop in for decades, centuries, millenniums. Pop has coached in the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and now the 2020s. He's coached 4 decades. Think about that. Greg Popovich has coached 4 different decades. That's quite ridiculous. Impressive. Most impressive. Now, G Field, you know what embarrassing is? Negative 10 passing yards by your football team. Negative 10. Negative 10. Yeah. That happened to my New York Giants on Sunday. Negative 10. I ain't making that up. The worst passing performance I've ever seen. I don't think they've ever had less. If they did, I don't remember it. Have the Raptors been playing well lately, Brianna? I haven't been following them, but I'll take your word on that. I don't know, Tiny. I was asking that at the start of the stream. I don't know. No, Canada's on lockdown. Some people ask. Canada's on lockdown right now, so no fans allowed apparently in the stadium. It feels weird seeing an empty stadium again, but it's empty for that reason. No fans allowed. So, oh well. My Pop will play the bench in the fall. Oh, I think so, Abel. It's looking like, yep, Joe Mama's coming out. Or Sunday lockdown. All right, Paradise. Mike Lennon's out for the season, so he's out for one more game, Zachary. So we got Jake Fromm. It's one. Is there fans there? Is Veronica? There are 1,000 fans scattered throughout. I don't see any. Jakob Pertl misses a hook shot. Joe Wieskamp signing or sighting. Joe Mama in the house. OG in the paint. Pull up jumper. Yeah, I think I do see a fan. Are they like sitting like one fan a section? Is that what they're doing? Devin Vassell. They find Keldon Johnson. They're going around the world. Keldon in the paint. Throws it up. And it's going to bounce around. And just Keldon cannot catch a break. Oh, okay, Paradise. I don't like what KJ and Devin are doing. Gabriel, there's nothing to like about this game. Jakob's had a great game. And Glaze and Bacon, Keldon has been not good lately. It's not been fun watching him play like this. He seems really off, and I don't know what's going on. I hope he's trying to do too much with DeJounte out, but weird lineup. Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jakob Pertl, Trey Jones, and Joe Wieskamp. 2 free throws for the Raps, by the way. Precious at the line. First one's good. Second one is very short. Devin Vassell with the rebound. 11 minutes to go. What was a close game has turned into a blowout. Joe Mama out in three-point land will get it to Trey Jones. Jones back to Keldon. Keldon looking to post up. Gets it to the paint and gets stripped of the ball. That kind of night for Keldon. OG to Pascal Siakam. Pascal in the paint. Gets around Trey Jones and the layup's good, and it's now the biggest lead of the game. Joe Weezy's going to drop 30. I wish. Vassell into the paint. Pull-up jumper is short brick. No good. Siakam. Out to OG. Thinks about a 3. Pulls it down. Gets it into Chris Boucher. The play's broken up, but we're going to have a foul on San Antonio. Tiny Jack, I'm surprised. Omar, anyone triple? Wait. Owned by one triple. What? Is OG almost have a triple double? All right, Carlos, I'll show you the game. The game. Boop, boop. Yeah, Brandon, they got us again 2 years in a row, and now a kickball by the Spurs. Nice, J Money. David, it is. I'll be here to the end, though. I'll be here to the end. I will be on B-Town Breakdown tomorrow. He will be calling the game. I'll be there for color commentary, and I imagine to correct him with certain Spurs names, as I don't think he's going to recognize. He's not going to recognize some of these guys that are out there on the court. He's not going to know who Jacques Landale is. Probably not going to know who Trey Jones is. Definitely not going to know who Joe Wieskamp is. OG for a long 3 in-and-out burger. Jacques Landale gets the rebound. It'll be Spurs ball down by 21 with 10 minutes to go. Well, 9:45 to be exact. Devin Vassell, around the world, Keldon. Keldon gets called for an offensive foul. This is definitely the worst 3-game stretch I have seen out of Keldon Johnson's career. I think Pop should just pull him. I mean, at this point, he does not have it going. Hope for him to play better tomorrow against Boston. Just pull him out of the game. Josh Primo's checked back in. Little Primo mania. Boucher for 3, no good. Josh Primo with the rebound. Primo going to get, 20 minutes tonight or more? Optimus Primo with the ball now. Drives, gets it out to Joe Mama for 3. Good! Joe Mama! Joe Wieskamp. All right. When it rains, it pours. You got that right, Fat Cat. Now a big dunk by Precious Achiuwa in the paint. It's Spurs, no defense. Big Sean, I thought he would be better. I mean, he was playing well these last 3 games. The wheels have fallen off. He was number 2 in the NBA in three-point percentage. He launches a 3 there, no good, back rim. He can't make a 3. He can't make a 2. Fast break, Scotty Barnes. And timeout pop, and that's probably the white flag. Probably going to empty the bench now. For me, OG makes a triple. Okay, Omar. Zach Collins, apparently not ready. Only 27 more, Wheezy? Trey said he was going to score 30. I'm not touching that Paradise Lost. We don't want to get political in the chat, so let's leave that for other channels. He's looking like, Bobby, you guys know he's my favorite current player, but this 3-game stretch has been abysmal, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if not having DeJounte Murray there is affecting him, and he's trying to be, as you call it, hero ball, but his game is just absolutely fallen off a cliff since DeJounte went out. Do I miss DeMar? Not really, because he's a different player in San Antonio. He was being more of a facilitator. And in Chicago, he's got a running gun, Nate, with Zach LaVine, and he's averaging 26-something a game, and arguably having the best season of his career, hitting game winners now from beyond the arc. His confidence must be through the roof right now. The next, Kawhi. I don't like comparing players skill-wise. I think the closest player would probably be Devin Vassell, since he's got the offense and defense, but I don't want him to be the next Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi ended up being a knucklehead. I want Devin to be the first Devin, and it'd be great if he could get to be a 20 points per game, 2 steals, and just not a 3D player. KJ's in your fantasy? Oh man. Yeah, he's not getting anything tonight. Definitely not. I feel like the big problem is Pop. He's still trying to play like the Spurs old system. Anthony Bustamante could be correct. I don't know. Only Pop and the players know that. If a different head coach was there, would the team be playing better? Would they be playing worse? I don't know. Paradise Lost, I hope DeMar does not disappear in the playoffs this year, because he has a lot of naysayers, and he cannot be DeMar DeFrozen in the playoffs, or that label is going to stay with him. So I really hope he has a big playoff. Has a big playoff run with the Bulls. Hopefully they make the Eastern Conference Championship, and if they go all the way, great. I'll be rooting for him. Let's restart the Ben Simmons trade talk. Derek, Kelvin, Thad, Young, and 2 firsts. That'll never happen. For a team, you got to remember, a team that barely trades is not going to give up 2 firsts for Ben Simmons, plus one of the young players, and yeah, that's way too much. The Sixers might do that. I'm pretty sure they probably do want 2 first-round picks and some players. They probably want 2 first-round picks and DeJounte and probably somebody else, maybe Keldon. Would you give up DeJounte and 2 first-round picks for Ben Simmons? Honestly, I wouldn't. I would not. And you want another headache. South Texas going on. Would you want another headache? Kawhi Leonard was a headache for a whole year and then left the team. Would you want that type of situation here with Ben Simmons? What if after 2 years, maybe he says, yeah, I want to play for Pop. Spurs trade for him. Then Pop retires after next season. And he says, I don't want to play for San Antonio anymore. Yeah, that could happen. Primo just missed a shot, by the way. It is Raptors ball up by 22. Achua misses in the paint, gets the ball back, throws it up, and 1. Keldon's 4 of 17 tonight. Nice, he lost his D. Ben Simmons, the only good thing if Ben Simmons came to the Spurs fans, I'll let you know I would root for him. I'll root for anybody wearing the silver and black because you're representing the team. 3-point play is converted, and this is now officially a blowout. It's kind of been a blowout for a while, but it's gotten very ugly. Ben Simmons would help my channel grow. He's an all-star, multi-time all-star. That'd be the only positive I would have for him coming here. Jacques Landale can't hit in the paint 3 feet away from the hoop. It's no good. It's Raptors ball. Pascal Siakam way on 3-point land, guarded by Joe Wieskamp. Starts to drive on Joe. And now the Raptors move the ball all the way around the world to get it to OG for 3. Oh my gosh. Kelvin's 3 of 13. That's bad too. Carlos, Kelvin's my guy too. His jersey's hanging up right behind my left shoulder. He's just, I don't know, not playing well. Russell Westbrook, I believe, has a $45 million contract. So I think he's top 3 NBA for turnovers, plus that contract. He's untradeable. Jacques Landale's coming out. Drew Eubanks checking in. You know what, Drew? Enjoy the garbage time. Eubanks, Forbes. Oh, Landale's staying in. Kelvin's coming out. Good. He needs to get out of the game. Kellen's my favorite player. Even I'm saying he needs to get out and clear his head and hopefully play better tomorrow. So full bench G League Mo for the Spurs. Primo for 3, In-N-Out Burger. Wieskamp, Eubanks, Primo, Landale, and Forbes. That's actually one of our bigger lineups. We have 2 guys that are 6'10 or up. What's Weezy? 6'6? Primo 6'6? That's actually a big lineup for us. I'm not even paying attention who scored on that one. Next, Timmy, Mano, and Tony. My gosh, I can only hope. Landale fires a baseline 3. Air ball. Robert DeJounte Murray did not play. He should be back tomorrow. We're down 30? 30? Just hit me. We're down 30. 17-3 in the fourth. 17-3? Wow. Wow. A turnover for the Raptors. I am speechless. This version of the Spurs right now might be the worst Spurs team I've watched since it is a Spurs team I've seen since 96-97, and that team only was bad. Forbes hits the jumper because David Robinson only played 6 games and Sean Elliott missed a lot of time. If Robinson and Elliott play, that team wins more than 20 games that year. 20 games, 22. It wasn't much. This Spurs team will probably win more than that, but this current version, the health and safety protocol Spurs are OG for 3. Are just rough to watch. The Raptors are on a 15-2 run in the last 3 minutes. Josh Primo takes a long 3. In-N-Out Burger. Landale with the offensive board out to Joe Mama for 3. Joe Mama for 3. Only 24 more. He's got 6 points. Oh, in my opinion, is because I would agree. Carl, I mean, got to be transparent. If Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson don't get hurt in that NBA Finals, the Raptors don't beat them. But you know what? They did. Next man up. It is what it is. They won the championship fair and square. I don't want it. Fat Cat, New York Giants fan. Holy crap, who's that? Oh my gosh, Morris is in the game. Jalen Morris is playing. Well, there he is. Yeah, Vince, I'm a Spurs fan. I stay to the end. And I've been talking to you guys about it tonight. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing the recaps because when the Spurs lose, people aren't watching them. And it takes up an hour and a half of my Sunday where I could be working on the music channel or just doing something else. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with those. I'm still going to watch the games, but if the team keeps losing, the live streams keep getting worse too. So I might start calling. If they play 4 games a week, maybe only call, like they play 5 times next week, I might actually only call 3 games. I'm definitely not calling the Nets game. Jalen Morris into the paint, launches out to Joe Mama for 3. Joe Mama! Well, one positive, Spurs fans. We need 3-point shooting. Joe Wieskamp is looking like Steph Curry out there. Not exactly Steph Curry, but 3 down the other end. It's good for Justin Champagne. Spurs have given up 120 points with 5 points to go. Is he? I forgot that, J Money. Wieskamp on an offensive board out to Jalen Morris for 3. And that's no good. Carlos, it's Joe Wieskamp, but we're just calling him Joe Mama. I don't know why. It happened in a live stream with SSPN. They called him Joe Mama. I've just been using it. So, Joe Mama. Jalen Morris out in 3-point lane. I did not think we'd see Jalen Morris. I also didn't think we'd be down by 30 at one point in the fourth quarter. Drew Eubanks into the post. Jump hook shot. No. It rolls in. I thought it was going to be good. Evan, I'm not calling the Nets game. It's 12 o'clock on a Sunday. Sunday streams generally don't do well, but that's the last day of the NFL. I don't want to stream on the last day of the NFL. That's just... I'll probably watch the game and flip-flop between that and the NFL. 4 guards plus a center. That's the old... well, no, we got kind of 2 centers. Drew Eubanks and Jacques Lindell. I mean, it's a bigger lineup for us. I guess. And a steal by Joe Mama. Primo trying to go fast break and turns the ball over. Stolen right back, and I didn't see who shot that. I don't know. Oh, Delana Banton shoots and misses, and it's put back by Champagne. Spurs ball down by 28. Primo just going to launch a quick three. No good. What's up, Jeremiah? All right, I'll show you the game. Good game. Boop, boop. And now another three for the Raptors, back up by 31. Oh, boy. G.I. Joe pick. G.I. Joe. No, they haven't. G.I. Joe Mama. G.I. Joe Wieskamp. Wieskamp with the... Joe Mama's on fire. Wieskamp with a pull-up jumper. So, Jesse Rodriguez. Jake from State Farm is starting that game. That's going to be probably a loss. Baseline three is no good by... I don't even know who that is. Headband guy. Headband guy for the Raptors misses. Primo down the other end throws it up and gets rejected out of bounds. 3 minutes and 7 seconds left of this train wreck San Antonio Spurs fans. Day 526 of missed parlays. I don't even know who Delano Banton is, but he's in there. And Primo at the line for two. 19 more part-time Spurs fan from Joe Mama. Were you the one who said he needed 30? Primo's first free throw is good. My Spurs plus 17.5 is dead. David, 3 minutes to go. I don't think so. I told you Weezy. Kill said Weezy dropping 30. There it is. Doug is healthy safety protocol, MC. Health and safety protocol. Yay. 125-98. 3 minutes exactly to go. Raptors ball. Malachi Flynn with the ball. Passes it out. They go around the world. And a drive, and the jumper is good by Delano Banton. Yeah, Joe Mama, 3 from 3. Yeah, career high, 11 points tonight. Primo has a career high as well. Landale fakes the three, pulls it down, drops it off to Morris. Morris pick and roll Drew Eubanks. Finds Joe Mama open. He's going to launch the three. That one's a little, in and out. He finally missed. Joe Wieskamp finally misses. DJ's supposed to be back tomorrow, Vince. And now a steal. Presachua gets the ball stolen. Joe Mama running the fast break into the paint. Euro steps, throws up the layup, and it's good. Joe Wieskamp has shown us some offense, Spurs fans. Huh. How about that? Pull-up three by Malachi Flynn. No good. I'm probably butchering his first name. They try to force him to land down in the paint, and that's a turnover. Minute 45 to go. Wieskamp with 13 points. That three-pointer is no good. Eubanks with the rebound, and Josh Primo will bring it up. I hope OMC. The next Klay Thompson, I'd be fine with that, Zugin. I would be fine with that. David, if you're a Raptors fan, you're right. You can win it. You're up by 27 with a minute 26 to go. Malachi Flynn is how you say it. Thank you, Peter. I'm looking at his name. I'm like Malachi, Mekahini Ho. I don't know. Big Sean. I think the Spurs have a chance for the play-in, but the Lakers, Clippers, San Antonio Spurs can make the play-in and maybe be a dark horse candidate. The Spurs team we've seen this game in the last 3 games without DeJounte Murray, forget it. That's a lottery team, straight up. Sorry, this is fact. No, Landale, most of the Spurs did not have a good game tonight. Jakob Poeltl had a really good game. Devin got off to a hot start, but he really cooled down. Joe Wieskamp is having a fantastic garbage time game. Raptors win, the Spurs lose. Yeah, you're probably right. It kills. Malengu, what's going on? Wieskamp 13, Primo 13. Okay. Yeah, Alex. Well, I think he wants to win. He's tired of losing. Yeah, but Peter is not part of the losing streak. But you're right. People might just look at the record and be like, the Spurs suck, even though he has nothing to do with the team losing right now because he's not playing. He hasn't played at all in this losing streak. Yes, Jesus, Sandal, because I'm going to keep saying the other word wrong. We did see Jalen Morris. I was not impressed with his performance. Just may walk away with Rookie of the Year and Defensive. Really? Huh. Let's not get started with Lucas Samanic, the sandwich master. Primo will eventually get cornrows? You think so? God, I don't know. I like his hair right now. I like the little fro thing. I don't know, right? It's a fro you got going? Bro fro? Is that a thing? Yes, Alex, I agree. I think he's trying to be a leader. Jesse, that is a possibility, and I hope not, and that would be terrible. Yes, career high minutes for Primo and Landell, so that there's something. That's and a career high points in minutes for Joe Wieskamp, I believe. Kobe, did Kobe have a fro like that? See, when I think of Kobe, I think of the crop, but did he have that when he first came into the league? Dang. Lonnie, Lonnie, yeah, I could see Lonnie with that. I would be happier if we had a high lottery pick and we're not a contender. Those ring. I mean, I wanted to try for the play-in. Joe Wieskamp, 13 points in 11 minutes. I gotta think that's a career for both. I mean, they're just. I don't know. We're not at full strength right now either. They beat the Lakers and Clippers. You could say the Lakers weren't at full strength, but they still had a lot of darn good players when they played them. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this team moving forward. Hook shot by Drew Eubanks is good. Cuts the lead to 25. The Spurs have scored 100 straight points in 18-plus games, which is an NBA high. The Spurs have all these great statistics, but yet have a very under 500 record. I don't get it. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Drive to the paint, missed dunk, and a foul by Precious Achiuwa. I don't remember Kobe with a lot of hair. Do I play 2 foot? What is 2 foot? I never heard of that. Outcome, the Spurs proved us right. Were you thinking they weren't going to win? Before I would have said no, and you don't get Simmons without giving something. It takes Kelly included. So are you guys talking about, still talking about the Ben Simmons trade? I don't see it happening. Right, J Money? That's true, Alex. And being in Connecticut, I don't know really any Spurs fans. I know one. I haven't seen him in ages. So, yeah, this is my chance to talk to Spurs fans. This is embarrassing, though. Wieskamp takes another 3. Brick. Oh, is that what it is, Hans? I don't remember. Thank you, Mile High. Good game. You could talk some smack, but, appreciate it. You guys got us tonight. And you guys are 500 now. Another foul. Do we need to call these fouls when the game's clearly out of reach? That's right. He came in with the short crop and then he grew it out. All right. Now, David, I feel like the game got away from us in the whole fourth quarter. The whole fourth quarter, I didn't feel like we were in it. And I think we were down double digits at the end of the third, weren't we? Yes, it was the end of the third, the last couple minutes. So really the whole fourth and the end of the third. 2 free throws for the Raptors. Precious at the line. What happened with that guy that said he bet 5,000 on the Pistons? I don't know. He might have been just making that up. Alex, I've never supported the hometown Boston teams here. I grew up in Massachusetts. I grew up in a New York household. Uncle was a New York Giants fan and a New York Yankees fan. Mom was a Yankees fan. Primo turnaround jumper bounces around and goes in. So I just, I grew up in Western Mass, West Side. And the Raptors are probably going to run out the ball now as the shot clock is off, which they will. Yeah, they're just going to run it out. Congratulations, Raptors fans. You definitely laid the smack down us tonight. So there was that. And then nobody liked basketball in my house, so I had to discover my own basketball team, and I just found David Robinson, then the Spurs, and the rest is history. We're going to look at some end-of-game stats. The Spurs get blown out in Canada, part of a long road trip. Scotty Barnes, 11. Pascal Siakam, 18. By the way, if you get the thumbs up on the way, I would appreciate it. We are not anywhere near 200, but that's to be expected when your team is getting destroyed. Yeah. Siakam with 18 and 12. OG with 14. Gary Trent Jr., 21. Fred VanVleet scorched us for 33 and 32 minutes. Kem Birch with 2. Chris Boucher, 4. Precious Achiuwa, 9. Justin Champagne with 14. He was 4 or 5 from the arc. Malachi Flynn and Isaac Bongo with 0, and Delano Banton with 2 for our San Antonio Spurs. I probably would not. I've thought about streaming the Bulls, Carlos, but you know what? I don't know if. I mean, I get to say, ayo! So if the Spurs don't make the playoffs, I'll think about whether I cover the Nets, Bulls, or nobody. But it would definitely be an Eastern Conference team. I don't want to cover a Western Conference team. Those games are late. Devin Vassell at 15, only finished 6 of 13 for the field. I think he missed a lot of his last shots. Kellenwood, another rough game. 6 points, 3 of 13 from the field, 0 for 5 from the arc, 3 turnovers. Jakob Poeltl had a great game, 19 points, 12 rebounds. Derek White with 12, only 2 assists though. Trey Jones, 5 points. Trey with a negative 19. Off the bench, Bryn Forbes at 4, KBD with 7 and 7, rocking a negative 20 for his plus minus. Jacques Landale only 2 points, 1 of 6 from the field from Jacques Landale. He had 2 turnovers. He had more turnovers than shots made. That's not good. I think Kelvin had more turnovers than shots made too. Josh Primo with a career high 15, 4 of 10 from the floor, had 2 block shots as well. Drew Eubanks with 6. Joe Wieskamp with a career high 13 on 5 of 8 shooting, and Jalen Morris plays his first minutes for the Spurs and scores nothing in 5.5 minutes. You might be right, Eker. You might be right. This is a rough game. Oh, nice, Alex. Yeah, David Robinson. I'm so excited about Primo Bacon, but he's going to have his rough spots. I mean, I think the excitement's not there because we know he's not going to get the minutes. You can't get excited if a guy's going to keep getting sent to the G League or get 5 minutes or get garbage time minutes. I mean, he's just not going to play. So I can't get excited anymore. We've got to try to win, but it's going to be a long season. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. This was a frustrating loss. I'll be on with Beantown Breakdown tomorrow against the Celtics. Oh, my goodness, we need DeJounte Murray. We really need DeJounte Murray. So, my friends, I want to thank you all for being here. And if I was negative all during the stream tonight, sorry. It's tough watching my team. This is a 4-game losing streak and another blowout loss. We've been blown out a lot this year. Plus, I'm a Giants fan, and they suck. So... Anyway, yes, Butterfly. At least Tony Parker's looking good tonight. Tony, say goodbye to everybody for me one last time. Bye, losers. Tony. He's just kidding. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you all. Until next time, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go.